living.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Get a $15 prepaid MasterCard after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Federal authorities say a Washington man provided chemicals to the suspected bomber of a Palm Springs fertility clinic. 32-year-old Daniel Park was returned to the U.S. from Poland last night.
Park was in possession of an explosive recipe that was similar to the Oklahoma City bombing.
The FBI's assistant director in charge, Akil Davis, says Park and Guy Edward Bartkus, who was killed in the blast, conducted experiments in bomb making.
We were able to confirm through our investigation that 6 packages of ammonium nitrate were shipped from Park in Seattle to Bartkus in 29 Palms.
CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti has more.
This speaks to a level of radicalization that is incredibly rare here. The FBI describing it really for the first time to us as a suicide bombing. How the two met online, we are told, sharing a similar ideology, extreme nihilistic views, this idea that life has no meaning.
The clinic that was hit provides services to help people get pregnant. Democrats are doubling down in their opposition to the president's spending bill. Senator Chuck Schumer.
What will be enacted is not Donald Trump's soothing words, but the actual reality of harsh cuts where people lose health care, where people's premiums go up.
Jim Crisilla reports there are new wanted posters for an escaped killer and former police chief in Arkansas.
The Arkansas Department of Corrections says the rendering shows what 56-year-old Grant Harden may now look like. Rand Chapian is a spokesman for the state prison system.
If he has been hiding out, his facial hair has probably grown out a little bit more. He's probably not as clean cut as he has been.
Investigators say Harden was somehow able to put on clothing that looked like a corrections officer uniform.
President Trump spoke by phone today with Russia's president about the recent Ukrainian drone attack on Russia's military airfields. Analyst Beth Noble.
President Putin said he would have to respond to the attacks very strongly. President Trump called his talk with President Putin a good conversation, but said it won't lead to immediate peace.
The U.S. and Israeli-backed aid distribution group in Gaza temporarily suspended operations today after days of violence. UNICEF's James Elder is among the many humanitarian officials criticizing the operation.
The aim of this is to forcibly push people to go from north to south. That's why the UN can't be a part of it. On principle, we cannot be a part of something that enforces displacement so people get aid. But practically, humanitarian aid is about going where people need it.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow Jones Industrials are down nearly 18 points. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at Progressive.com.
The latest on the manhunt for a father accused of killing his daughters. But first, from the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk, no major blocking problems. Travel times ever to Seattle and Federal Way to Seattle, both about half an hour, which is what we'd expect this time of day. Renton to Bellevue, 26 minutes, about 5 minutes longer than usual. In Seattle, maintenance crews are working in the right lane of the Mercer Street to northbound I-5 on-ramp. Be aware of that. And tonight, the Montlake on-ramp to westbound 520 closes at 10 until 5 tomorrow morning. Traffic brought to you by D.R. Horton. With over 20 Puget Sound communities, D.R. Horton is the right home for you. Learn more at drhorton.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch. A message for the man accused of killing his 3 young daughters, whose bodies were found at a campground 18 miles west of Leavenworth.
This is your opportunity to turn yourself in. Do the right thing, do what you need to do, and take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away. We're not going to rest. And we're going to make sure we find you.
That's Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison speaking to 32-year-old Travis Decker. Investigators are using helicopters and drones to search in the woods around the crime scene for him. Authorities recovered his vehicle. It's unclear if he's found another one. You can see Decker's photo at mynorthwest.com. Contact police if you've seen him or know where he might be. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman is in Wenatchee, where he attended a vigil for the girls. 9-year-old Peyton, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia.
The girls' light was felt at Memorial Park.
These 3 little girls in their short time did so much in the community.
Although there are so many questions as to why.
This doesn't make sense, and it won't make sense.
Everyone here has the Decker family on their mind.
One person is in critical condition after a house fire on Sunnyside Avenue north in Seattle. Flames broke out around 1 this morning. Firefighters rescued the individual before having to evacuate over concerns the roof might collapse. No word on a cause. A major bust and a new community program aimed to clean up crime in Seattle's Chinatown International District. This resident says it's a step in the right direction.
During the day, I don't think about it as much, so it's obviously possible to have dangers in the daytime, but in the nighttime, it would be more helpful, I think, to have some kind of presence.
Community ambassadors now patrol the streets, but they leave around 10 p.m. On display in the UK. Kurt Cobain played the Martin D18E acoustic guitar during Nirvana's iconic MTV Unplugged performance in 1993. Music journalist Alan DePierna is behind the new Cobain exhibition in London.
For fans, it's an iconic object, very much so. It's also the most expensive guitar ever sold at auction, $6.1 million.
Cobain played the guitar months before he died at the age of 27. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs around 70. It's 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday to you. I'm Jake Skorheim, your host, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Hi, buddy.
Happy Wednesday to you, Spike.
Happy Wednesday, pal.
A lot of stuff to get to today. A lot of stuff to talk about, which we will get to all of it. We've got some fun videos to watch. There's a couple things for you guys to do if you want to participate in the show. One, you can listen, which is a lot of fun. Another thing you can do, which a lot of people are discovering and very much enjoying, we basically put on a 3-hour show here. Not just a radio show. It's kind of a TV show as well, or video, whatever you want to call it. You can watch us live on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com, type in KIRO News Radio, and then the Jake and Spike live show is going to pop up. It's a lot of fun. If you can't watch the entire show live, you can also rewatch the show right after. We put it up on YouTube, so you can scroll through and fast forward to your favorite bits and send it to your friends, which we hope to do.
At no charge.
We're not
no charge.
We're not costing
the audience.
Charging you a thing.
That's right, because we love you.
Because we love you. We want to give it away.
Oh, you've given us so much over the years. We want to try to give back.
And we want to give back to you.
Do you think they're buying that?
I don't think so. I don't really care. As long as they watch the show, that's all that matters.
It's all about the numbers, people.
Absolutely. We also have, if you're watching on the live stream, we have a secret email hidden right here where you can communicate with us. And I think we should give away something else today. Let's give away something today. I don't know what we're going to give away yet. Whatever's sitting on one of our desks. That's fun.
Yeah, I got something special.
Do you?
Yeah. Should I say? Should we keep it a secret for a while?
You know what? People have to get on over to YouTube and find the email first, cleverly disguised somewhere in this shot. And if you can figure it out, you can figure out how to get that email only for the viewing audience, then
really nice.
You can enter your name. Just send an email to that, and your name will be put in, and we will pick at random one of you to win something special.
Last time we did this, we asked them to identify something that was going on in the studio.
Yeah.
Was that one too many hoops, or did just everybody?
No, we got a ton of emails.
Everybody. Oh, I'm saying, do we want to give somebody else a proof of life kind of a moment?
Our email handle is written across some items on a big sheet of paper now.
Okay.
So you can tell us what the email handle looks like.
There you go.
And then email what you see. And then we will.
That's perfect. Thank you.
We'll pick one of you.
Yep.
To win at random, and then just a little bit, Spike will tell us what that secret thing is. And you brought this from home?
Yes, I did.
Oh, this is exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah,
Okay.
part of the getting.
Clearing out the stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to find a more graceful or endearing way to say that, but yeah.
Oh, you've had an amazing career.
30-some years of radio accumulation of moments of my radio life. And
let's give something cool.
Sharing that.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that.
You betcha, man. My pleasure. My wife thanks you.
I'm sure. Yeah. My wife was laughing yesterday when we were talking about garage sailing.
Yes,
and how you said that you're not allowed to go garage sailing.
I've been banned.
Because you always pick up too much.
It's a
and
net
until you get rid of, you cannot bring more.
Right, and it's kind of my wife's got an equation now. If I like a shirt, right?
Sure.
If I want to go out and buy if I see a T-shirt, 5 T-shirts have to leave before I can bring in one new one. So I got to really, really want.
It's a testament to
this
how many
new
shirts
T-shirt.
you have.
It's literally hundreds.
You got a lot of shirts.
I got hundreds, and I told you this. I think I told you this already. When we had a fire 5 years ago at our house. We didn't lose anything to the fire. It was all smoke damage. But in restoring our house from the smoke damage, literally had to empty the house because everything in the house was smoke damaged. And we found that I had in excess of 800 T-shirts.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I had them in closets, boxes, drawers. I had whole dressers dedicated to T-shirts.
That's too many.
Yes, it was.
800. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 800 is too many. I'd say you got to cut that at least in half.
My wife thought I should just take a 0 off the end.
Yeah.
Go down to 80.
Or 2.
My wife, yeah, right?
Yeah.
8. It's funny because I wear about the same. You've noticed.
As do I.
You guys on the YouTube channel really noticed. I wear about the same 8 shirts all the time.
Same with me.
So why do I need the other 792 shirts, my wife says. And she was right.
And she's totally
right.
And
I purged so many shirts.
Good for you.
So many. We had them made into quilts.
That's actually a really good
right?
idea.
We have concert quilts. We have motorcycle quilts. We have all kind of quilts made from T-shirts.
Now that we have... hopefully, well, I don't know. I don't want to say hopefully. That seems cruel. But we're not planning on having any more children. So we have all these baby clothes. Like, we have so much baby clothes.
Right.
And we donate a lot of it, but there's certain items that are special.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that all the kids have worn. And my wife
talk to me about the cedar chest we have full of baby clothes.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Every parent knows this. And so my wife is going to make a big quilt out of the old baby clothes.
That's it.
And then someday in her old age, she'll wrap herself in this stuff.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know. I think it's kind of sad. We'll see.
We are a society of acquisition. We are a consumer-driven economy.
Yeah, and how do you get rid of it in a meaningful way?
Right.
So you don't just throw it out. You won't just throw it out.
Yep,
the best thing you can do is you can find people who you know and care about, who maybe have kids who are younger than yours, that you can then give it to.
Right.
And then you think to yourself, oh, it's going to have another life with these other people.
Yes,
exactly. They're going to love those pants just as much as we love seeing our kids in those pants. But that's never the way it works out. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. All right. We do want to cover something really fast because we gave you an update on it yesterday. They're still looking for that guy in the case of those 3 little girls who tragically lost their lives with their father. They did not return home. They found them. They found their bodies yesterday. It was just the worst story locally here. Everybody is covering it. It's a national news story now. They're still looking for the guy. There's a $20,000 reward. The Chelan County Sheriff, Mike Morrison, said that he had a direct message to Decker, actually. He says, if you're listening, this is your opportunity. Turn yourself in. Do the right thing. Do what you need to do. Laura's motioning to me that we actually have audio of this. Do we have audio of this?
This is your opportunity to turn yourself in. Do the right thing. Take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away. We're not going to rest. And we're going to make sure we find you.
This is interesting because there's a lot of, privately have my own speculation about where they're going to find him and in what state, but we'll leave that to the police to figure out. But I was interested in, when we were talking about the story originally, the missing persons alert is what we all saw when we were driving underneath. And, we covered it in the news. But I first heard about it driving under a road sign that said missing persons alert, right. And then it had the license plate. I told my own story about driving behind a truck that looked like the truck that was described in the thing that I drove under the sign. And I looked and it wasn't the truck. But that's how I found out about it. And I found it curious because I assumed, because it was on one of those boards, that it was an Amber Alert, but it was not an Amber Alert. And the difference between a missing person and an Amber Alert is that an Amber Alert goes to your phone. We all have seen that. And you're forced to look at it. When you're driving, you may not be on the road even.
Right.
So you may not even be aware of it or see it, or maybe you're not a person who, takes in local news, and so you may not have seen it or heard it. And so that's kind of the difference, is why wasn't it an Amber Alert? And those are questions that are being asked. Washington State Patrol actually did try to address this. Do we have that audio too, Laura?
We have Wenatchee's police captain talking about it being an Amber Alert because Washington State Patrol didn't approve it.
Still, the information provided did not meet the threshold for the Amber Alert to be activated.
And I don't know, this is just speculation, but I had seen other reports before obviously the grisly, horrible outcome. There was some questions about whether or not he was, safe to be with the kids, the father, and the mother. I saw in an interview didn't think that he was. Nobody thinks that their
right.
Father of the children would do something.
The dad was a threat to the child's safety. That was from the mother.
So Amber Alerts must meet 5 standards issued by the Department of Justice. Reasonable belief by law enforcement that an abduction has occurred. That's one. Number 2 is law enforcement agency believes that the child is in imminent danger or seriously bodily injury or death. Number 3, there's enough descriptive information about the victim and the abduction for law enforcement to issue an Amber Alert to assist in the recovery of a child. 4, the abduction is of a child age 17 years or younger. And then finally, the child's name and other critical data elements, including the child abduction flag, have been entered into the National Crime Information Center, or NCIC system. Yeah. So a lot of questions. Obviously we'll never know whether it would have made a difference. And so
right. That's the factor on this. And going back looking about what ifs and who could have done what and who should have known what. This isn't. I don't know if it's not the right time for that. Fair to say?
I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree.
No, I respect that.
I just, what you don't want is for these stories to just go away, and then the fervor. Anger is a really effective tool to get things done.
It is.
And
Agreed.
so when there's missteps that happen, whether it's in a thing like this, and I don't know that there's been missteps, or whether there's a mishandling of, when there's a fire that engulfs a neighborhood, and they say all right, well, when is the time to start asking questions about who's in charge of making sure this doesn't happen? I'm of the mind that you should ask questions as soon as you have them.
Okay.
But
I mean, the goal, I guess, is to make corrections to a failed system, flawed system.
It doesn't happen again.
So it doesn't happen again. That's the onus here, that we can look at the circumstances in hindsight.
Yeah, and I think
given the benefit of
aim for that same goal.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. And that's the thing.
Obviously, just a tragic story. And if
it was lovely to belabor this topic, because it's a painful topic for everybody still, but. It was really lovely to see the
vigil
last night in Wenatchee.
Yeah,
and so many, and there's a GoFundMe for the mom, and we made a little donation, and the outpouring of nationwide support and sympathy for this mom and this family, and larger family group is overwhelming. And I don't know. It's a little bit of peace from that. Seeing how many people.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Very tough story. Very tough story. All right, let's move on. If there's any updates, obviously they're looking for the guy. If they find him or his body, we'll give you updates, and the news will have updates continuing. But let's move into other stuff. There's a local story that everybody's been talking about, and I'm interested in your take on this. This feels a little he said, she said, literally. To me.
I know where you're going with this, yeah.
So King County Assessor John Wilson, who's running for the top executive spot in King County Executive to replace Dow Constantine, he was kind of in an interesting situation. He went on John Curley's show last night, and as he was, the reason that he's in the news right now, not because of his, that remains to be determined, but he is, because he's running a campaign right now, he claims that there's kind of this smear thing happening against him. This is his former partner. This is not his wife.
Domestic partner.
Former domestic partner.
Yeah.
Former fiance.
Can we say fiance? Is she okay with that?
Well,
wait, because last time something was said.
Then that's fine.
No, I hear. Okay, they were engaged. You're right. No, fiance.
Were
works.
they engaged?
Yeah.
Well, then that's what she was. She was a fiance.
Yeah.
His former lover. Should we say lover?
I don't know. Well, yeah.
Well, that's an assumption. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting till marriage. It's possible. They're pretty old, but I don't know. They could have been. Who knows with this couple? It seems like they're into some interesting stuff. So this is King County Assessor John Wilson. He was talking with John Curley. As he's talking to John Curley, his former fiance, possible lover, Lee Keller, right? That's her name?
Yes, that's her name.
Who has now filed not one but two restraining orders at different times against him. And that's the story. It's like, this guy has restraining orders filed against him for various reasons.
Accusations of harassment.
Sure.
Stalking.
That's the
troubling activities. Allegations. Yeah.
And I think that's important. And I think it's also important to remember that he's in the middle of an election.
Right.
Because the timing of this is interesting to me. So he's on with John Curley last night. I think we have a couple of clips that we can play for you from that. Let's see here. This is Wilson joined John Curley to defend himself publicly. Let's hear a little bit about that first. And then in a second, we're going to get into, not only do we have Lee Keller, who's listening apparently to John Curley's show.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she knows that this guy's on. She calls into the station, and they release a statement to combat what she's hearing on the radio, claiming that that's not that case.
Yeah, in real time.
This is the he said, she said part. And then also you have Claudia Balducci, who's on the King County Council, who is also on I believe she's part of the Sound Transit Board that decided to give the job to Dow Constantine, who's also running to replace Dow Constantine, who now has Dow Constantine's vote for her to succeed him. Politics is disgusting. But this is Wilson talking to John Curley yesterday.
The audacity of her to come at me about domestic violence when she doesn't know my family history.
He's referring to Claudia Balducci here.
Both of my daughters have been victims of domestic violence. I've seen the pain. I've seen it in their eyes. I've had them crying in my arms because they've been victims of domestic violence. So I take this incredibly seriously. And the outrageous conduct of Ms. Balducci for purely political reasons to throw this down and deny me my very constitutional right of due process, presumption of innocence, and the rule of law, which she loves to rant about, but will not apply to somebody who's her political opponent. Well, shame on her.
So King County Council member Claudia Balducci, she actually introduced a motion yesterday at King County Council calling for Wilson's resignation. She says there's a cycle of control and manipulation that underlies domestic violence and stalking and harassing behaviors like we are seeing from our county prosecutor that I think should cause us to be very assertive in our willingness to stand up and say we don't accept it. Now, let me ask you guys, is it questionable at all to you that she's his direct opponent for that position, introducing this bill for him to resign? Introducing this motion for him to resign?
It's hard, if not impossible, to separate that factor from this timeline and this decision by. Now, she's a member of the council, and I see the validity of saying, look, we've got this assessor who's running for higher office.
Sure.
In the middle of these. They're not just allegations. There was a restraining order from Lee Keller against Mr.
That's the
Wilson.
allegation.
No, there was a restraining order in place.
There is a restraining order.
There was another one put in place, or there have been two restraining orders filed against Mr. Wilson
by the same person.
Who was his fiance.
Lover.
Yeah. There was according to the story, and you talked about it. And this is a Peyton Place-esque. When local politics turns into a half an hour-long soap opera in daytime television.
You're right. This is a complete soap opera.
This is nuts. And I'm not trying to disparage either individual involved in this scenario, but they
all sound nuts.
They all sound
allegedly.
They sound a little crazy in love. Love makes people do crazy things.
You know what? You're totally right.
I mean, it's the human heart cannot be controlled. Empires have fallen victim to the whims and the passions of the human heart.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine in the day, Mark Antony had another council member on the Roman Senate.
It's like, hey,
how about a vote of no confidence? Oh, right in the back,
You're totally right, and this is very much a daytime soap opera.
And the he said, she saids are enough. But when you're talking about a A potential vote of no confidence.
Well,
a call for resignation.
Again, but it's put up by the person who's his direct opponent.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And
it's hard.
Nobody else on the council thought that they agreed with her.
Didn't have the votes. They put the votes over. And the reason isn't that, well,
So
to be
if
fair,
it's- okay, go ahead.
the reason they wouldn't vote yesterday and didn't have the votes to a vote of no confidence on
they
Mr.
struck it
Wilson's.
down.
They struck it down because they want to give him a chance to speak to the council before they have this vote, which may take place by next week. So the continuing saga.
If she reintroduces it next week, then they could have a vote on it.
Right. They want to give him a chance to address it.
If I were them,
Yeah.
it's looking very much like one hand washing the other. This whole Dow Constant thing set off a chain of events.
Yeah.
They give him the top spot over there at Sound Transit for Lord knows more money than he deserves. And then he's now what?
No.
For almost $500,000
for the most unproven candidate they had.
With no experience running a thing. So $500,000 plus
I wasn't laughing
incentive.
at what you said. I was laughing at the truth in what you said.
So then he backs Claudia Balducci, who's now running for his top job, one hand washing the other. And then she comes out and says, well, we got to get rid of this guy. There's these allegations. Now, how close is she with Lee Keller? I don't know.
Well,
are they dear friends? I don't know.
I've heard they're acquaintances.
Okay, so let's assume that they know each other.
Yeah.
And now we have this one lady who's a possible ex-lover and fiance of the guy who's running, and now she's making these allegations. This story, we haven't even gotten to all the good stuff yet.
No. Apparently they were
There's more people. Can we
they were
come back to this?
re-engaged. They were re-engaged in between restraining orders.
What do we have next?
Right?
What do we have next? Can we come back to this? There's
Sure.
even more juicy stuff on this. There's more juicy stuff. And because he never wants to miss a party and he's hungry for a foot, Mayor Harrell steps in it. Can we tell you what he said coming back?
Please, I'd love to.
We need to get some really juicy sounding soap opera music. Can we come back to soap opera music? That would be great. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We'll be right back with all the gossip.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
A big story developing this morning.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
Get the latest live from KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
Huge impacts for Boeing and Boeing workers.
The office, the gym, anywhere.
Water, like taxes, goes all the way down to the bottom, so it'll either come out of the employee's paycheck or the lack of raise.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Hey guys, Spike O'Neill for Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, and I've been telling you about my wonderful experience and the incredible results I experienced at Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. You know, Dr. Sharp met with me, his team, his entire team, when it was I went in for my eyes. I realized first off, backtracking, my vision was going away. I was losing quality of vision. I was needing readers, losing them all the time, buying readers more often than I wanted to. Went in for the exam at Sharp Vision's office over in Bellevue. Complete eye exam told me I had the beginning of cataract, and I was a perfect candidate for refractive lens exchange surgery. So I went in for a quick afternoon procedure, literally in and out in less than 2 hours, 2 weeks of recovery time, and now I have the best vision of my life, not just the 20/20 vision of my youth. I mean 20/10 vision, the best vision of my life, and I will never need readers again, and I will never develop cataract with refractive lens exchange surgery. If it's time for you to take a look at what they can do for you, call them at 425-451-2020. That's 425-451-2020, or visit them online, sharp-vision.com, sharp with an e-vision.com, official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
For more than 65 years, our service technicians at Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning have been proud to offer the home comfort solutions that your family needs. This summer, trust the team at Bob's to equip you with peace of mind, providing efficient service and expert knowledge to keep you safe and comfortable in your home. While temperatures may be on the rise, our service solutions remain steady and affordable. Plus, we'll provide you with a new filter replacement at each AC maintenance. Call Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Your family's comfort is our family's business.
Are you putting off your new kitchen plans? Why wait? Hi, Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Call today for a free in-home estimate. Years of experience, thousands of happy customers. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600 or heritagehomecraft.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch.
This is your opportunity to turn yourself in.
The Chelan County Sheriff appealing to the man wanted in the murder of his 3 young daughters. More from KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
During a press conference, Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison spoke directly to Travis Decker.
Do the right thing. Take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away. We're not going to rest. And we're going to make sure we find you.
Investigators are searching for the 32-year-old, flying helicopters and drones over the dense forest near the crime scene 18 miles west of Leavenworth. On the ground, deputies comb campgrounds and motels, but so far, there's no sign of the suspect. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The bodies of Decker's children, 9-year-old Peyton, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia, were found in a campground near Leavenworth. Community members gathered at a vigil in Wenatchee last night.
This doesn't make sense. And it won't make sense.
But court documents show Decker's ex-wife had growing concerns about his behavior. More on that from KIRO News Radio's Scott Carty.
The couple divorced in 2022, according to court records obtained by KIRO 7 TV. Just this past September, Whitney Decker asked for changes to the parental plan. She claimed Travis just keeps getting more and more unstable. The court ordered Travis to undergo an anger management domestic violence evaluation and a psychiatric evaluation, but he refused. Scott Carty, KIRO News Radio.
A Kent man has been arrested in connection with the bombing outside a Palm Springs fertility clinic. The FBI says Daniel Park provided materials to Guy Edward Bartkus, the suicide bomber. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti explains.
This speaks to a level of radicalization that is incredibly rare here. The FBI describing it really for the first time to us
as a suicide bombing. How the two met online, we are told, sharing a similar ideology, extreme nihilistic views, this idea that life has no meaning.
Park was arrested at New York's Kennedy Airport. Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown today defended birthright citizenship in front of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Washington is leading a group of states challenging President Trump's order that would end the practice of granting U.S. citizenship to all babies born here, regardless of their parents' immigration status. Brown says the order is unconstitutional. On Wall Street, the Dow is down about 7 points, NASDAQ up 80. From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk, a crash is blocking 2 lanes eastbound on the West Seattle Bridge at 4th Avenue South. You are backed up almost to Harbor Island. And a crash is blocking 2 lanes on westbound I-90 at 150th in the East Gate area. Traffic just now starting to back up there. Travel times otherwise not bad right now. Renton to Bellevue, 20 minutes. Everett to Seattle, about half an hour. Federal Way to Seattle, 22 minutes. Traffic brought to you by Beacon Plumbing. For all your heating, electrical, septic, and mechanical needs, stop freaking, call Beacon. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs around 70. It's 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show, the daytime soap opera. Spike, what'd you call it?
Council of Love.
Council of Love.
The Seattle City Council. Council of Love.
City Council of Love. Where allegations fly.
Hearts break.
Hearts are breaking.
Dreams are stolen, crashed away. Careers ended.
Crushed.
We don't know what's going on. But we can't look away. We can't look away.
The restraining orders are granted.
Then rescinded.
Like the something of Capistrano. Swallows of Capistrano.
He said, she said.
Doesn't even make sense. This stuff is crazy. All right, if you're just joining us before the break, we were telling you all these very spicy details. All right, here's what's happening. You have a guy whose name is John Wilson, He's currently the King County Assessor.
Yes, yes.
He's running for the top spot of King County Executive.
One of several.
One of several. To replace a guy named Dow Constantine. Who was recently promoted to the Seattle as the head of Sound Transit.
Correct.
Given a major, huge, massive, huge pay increase, which many people don't think he deserves, and also a job that he can't do. That's other people's words, not mine. And he's also running to be replaced by one of the people who voted to put him on the board, named Claudia Balducci, who has now come out and said that John Wilson should step down because of these allegations made against him. Would she directly benefit from him stepping down? Yes, obviously. But
she feels that she would probably get the votes that would go to Mr. Wilson, were he not in the race.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So she's got somewhat of ulterior motive. It'd be hard. It's hard to separate the two factors of this story.
Nay, impossible to separate. Before the break, though, you called it the Council of Love, and because AI is so fast, I thought we would just whip up a really fast little. You be the judge of this. This is the official Council of Love theme song as put through AI machines. I said to make a 1980s daytime TV soap opera called The Council of Love. We'll see if they delivered. All right, here we go. Good start.
Shadows fall where secrets grow. Whispers loud, but hearts don't show.
Just imagine
broken vows, the tales we weave, a council of love.
Nice.
Do you believe? Oh, the council of love.
Just imagine Claudia Balducci. I have no idea what she looks like looking over her shoulder.
He's gotta go.
Made her a smoker. Oh, listen to this part.
Stormy sky, the council of love, where hearts can't lie.
That's pretty good.
Council of Love.
Dow
Brought to you by
Constantine.
the divorce attorneys of Jones & Jones.
Dow Constantine in the corner just counting his money. All right. So Wilson is on with John Curley yesterday.
Yeah.
As he's on.
By the way, against the advice of his counsel.
Against the advice of his counsel.
His lawyer told us probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
With this, with your candidacy and this pending alleged litigation is the word I'm looking for.
We don't even know. We don't even know where
probably
to
not a
land.
good idea to go on there and talk publicly and doing a public interview. But he's got a candidacy. He's got an office he wants to win.
Two thoughts about that. Probably not a good idea to talk about it, except for us. It's a great idea, and I'm glad he talked about it.
We got nothing to lose.
God bless him.
Right.
It's better for us.
Sure.
We're getting show content out of it. Although he says the public doesn't care about his love life.
You know, that's the shame is I think the public is so sick and tired of this kind of crap. You know, they go, I want government that works. They don't care about my love life. And to be honest, yes, we've had a stormy relationship. Has it adversely affected my ability to serve the citizens of King County? Not one damn bit.
Ooh, spicy.
You can you still contact Ms. Keller?
No.
You're not allowed.
No.
All right, so, well.
Hi, John, Seattle Public. Let me introduce myself. Oh, we care.
Yeah, we do care.
That's all we care
We care,
about.
John. We
Have
care.
you watched any televised news coverage from a national or local perspective? Does the public care about the saucy details of your private life?
Let me answer your
Let's
question.
go to the board. Ding! Number one answer.
Let me answer your question with some audio. Yes, we do care.
Oh, my gosh.
A great deal. So while he was on the air, believe it or not, Miss Keller was listening.
Well, how could you not? It's a John Curley show.
I gotta say, she's saying that Wilson is stalking, and yet she's calling in. I don't know.
Here's the quote from her attorney. The restraining order against John.
She's listening, then she called in with a quote.
Wilson remains in place. I will not.
She's listening right now. She wants to call in. You want to get Lee Keller on? Lee, if you're listening.
Love to have her.
We'd love to have you on, Lee.
Be changing.
Sorry.
My mind, despite his repeated efforts to coerce me to dismiss it. A hearing on the restraining order will be held on June 30th, 2025. I welcome the opportunity to address John's reference to a signed agreement at that time and inform the court of John's continuing violations of the very active restraining order.
Again, these are all allegations from his former, could be current. I don't know their relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. And again, I'm assuming they're lovers. I don't know that they're lovers. They might just be holding hands. They might still be in the courting stage. In fact, I highly recommend that they stay in the courting stage. I don't think these two people should be tied together.
I don't know. We used to have a phrase in my house called "saving the world from each other." Right? These are two people, two little stars caught in a little circular loop. Their magnetic pull, their black hole of love, pulling them toward each other and away from the rest of us.
You're right. Like the opposite of Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
Like old people who aren't really fit for other people.
Well, they're just, and all due respect,
they might be great partners for other people, but for whatever reason,
I don't know.
they're orbiting around each other.
I think this level of I don't know. I don't want to say crazy. Crazy is such a pejorative. This level of I don't know, reckless abandon of love.
Sure.
There are innocent people out there who could be involved in these two people, with both Lee and John.
They could get caught in it.
Could get caught in it. Right.
As the love turns.
As the council turns.
In the council of love. All right, so here's Bruce Harrell, because he doesn't want to be left out of this.
Sure. What about me? Bruce is always a side. We got to love a side character.
Absolutely.
And every good drama.
So Bruce Harrell decides, hey, now's a good time to call for a resignation. He says, in light of the events, Bruce Harrell urged Wilson to step down. This was on Thursday. This is late last week. He says, I'm appalled by the stories of County Assessor Wilson's conduct. And again, this is... I believe this was the same week that Bruce Harrell was also being very critical of that church group that met up and said that they were, remember when he was...
Oh, Cal Anderson Park, you bet he did.
They
were instigators.
They were instigating.
Spoiling for a fight, he said.
Yeah, okay. So I think I think he was actually looking to distract from his previous statements by finally jumping on somebody else's possible bad behavior. So he says, I'm appalled by the stories of County Assessor Wilson's conduct, and I want to add my voice to the community and elected leaders calling on him to resign his position, Harrell wrote in a statement via a news release. While he has a right to due legal process, doesn't sound so if Harrell gets his way,
I was gonna say.
The published allegations are disqualifying for public office. We need to send a clear message to survivors of intimate partner abuse that this type of behavior by people in positions of trust is not tolerated. All right, think about that statement for a second. Because very recently, his own niece made some pretty serious allegations against Bruce Harrell.
Yes, she did.
Here's what she said. Well, let's see. This is Mayor Mrs. Monisha Harrell. She's a former Seattle Deputy Mayor, Monisha Harrell, appointed there by her uncle. She claims that the office was rife with sexism, a toxic workplace where sexism was the apparent norm, she says. They said they referred to her as the SDM Nazi. She said her uncle often ignored her and other women, frequently overturning their decisions and instead prioritizing his male advisor's input. Meanwhile, she claims that the mayor was more interested in the title than working on the day-to-day duties. Now, here's my question for you. Serious question.
Okay.
Mayor Harrell has now come out and said that this county guy, this assessor guy, should step down. He should resign from his candidacy for the King County Executive.
And step down.
Because we just can't put up with these types of things in the workplace.
Right.
He's been accused of very similar things.
Right.
Sexism, prioritizing his male employees, referring to his niece, apparently, his advisors referring to his niece as SDM Nazi. Should those allegations be taken just as seriously? And if so, should he step down from his position?
If he holds himself to the same standard he wants to hold Mr. Wilson to. That allegations are enough. Hi, the office of Mayor, Judge, Jury, Executioner. It's a lot of titles up there, a lot of hats to wear.
Yeah.
For Mayor Harrell, Mayor, Judge, Jury, Executioner. And the career of John Wilson. And we don't know. We don't know where this is all going to play out.
That's what allegations are about.
Can't look away. We'll be back. I hope they do have the meeting at City Council next week. I can't wait for the second chapter. As the council turns. The Council of Love.
You know what's funny about this?
What? That Seattle can't elect just a sane official?
These people, these are all elected officials. These are all high-paid adults.
Right.
High-paid. Powerful.
The love of power and the power of love.
Power of love.
That's the power. I know Huey Lewis, 37 cents. Great.
Jeez Louise. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Get over to YouTube. Join us on YouTube. We're having some fun over there. We're in the chat line. You can talk directly to us. It's a lot of fun. We'll be right back.
If you want that summer body you've always dreamed of, then this message is for you, ladies, and you men too. Get rid of extra stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin around the waistline, chin, and under the upper arms with ProSculpt, the new one-day instant permanent fat removal and skin tightening treatment. Maybe you've tried the lasers, fat freezing methods, even those new pills, but without the desired results. ProSculpt is different. It's minimally invasive, performed while fully awake, gentle, yet powerful. Designed to target the waistline, chin, neck, arms, and thighs, ProSculpt uses FDA-cleared plasma technology to deliver immediate, permanent fat-reducing and skin-tightening results, all in just one visit. If you want that summer body this summer, then you must act now. Go to ProSculpt.com today to schedule your free consultation. Get $250 off. For instant, permanent fat reduction and skin tightening, visit ProSculpt.com.
Memorial Day weekend is a time to honor and remember those who serve for the United States Armed Forces. The holiday weekend is also the unofficial start to summer and brings people outside for boating, barbecues, and get-togethers. My friend Jonathan from DUI Heroes says DUI arrests increase around holiday weekends. If you or someone you know is pulled over for DUI, contact DUI Heroes immediately. Your DUI defense specialist, 1-800-DUI-HERO. That number is answered 24/7, DUIHeroes.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Guys, tired all the time?
Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Got pickleball game? Play with Seattle football legends in the Champions of Change pickleball tournament on June 28th, benefiting high school athletes. Register at championsofchangefoundation.org/pickleball or donate at your local Safeway.
Hi, I'm Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. We're celebrating 100 years of Pella excellence with an offer as strong as our legacy. Get $100 off every window, $100 off every door, and enjoy 100 days with no interest and no payments. It's our way of saying thank you for letting us be a part of your homes for a century. Visit PellaPNW.com to schedule your free consultation today. Pella, 100 years strong.
Welcome back to the show. This is a very, very cool video. There's a young man who just got his just realized a dream. His name is Cole Young. He now not Cole Young. I'm sorry. Yeah. Cole Young. He now plays for the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, he's not a Rainier anymore, buddy.
He's not a Rainier anymore. He is a Seattle Mariner. And there was this really cool video that we had the other day of him being told in the dugout by the Rainiers coach that he was getting called up. In fact, in the middle of the game, they said, "Stop playing. You've done what you need to do.
Pack your bags,
in Seattle
buddy.
tomorrow."
Yep.
And then he hits a walk-off to win the game. First Seattle Mariner on their debut to ever do so.
Isn't that beautiful?
Really, really cool. But video has now emerged of Cole, because everybody knows, every parent knows, these kids don't get to the pros on them by themselves.
Well, you know better than any of us.
Yeah.
Right?
I was at baseball until late last night. Parents are supporting your kids the whole way. You're as much a part of that journey, and you're so excited to see them have any little success or any big success like Cole's having right now. And so there's video footage of him calling his mom, which is great. And so we want to play this for you. If you're watching YouTube right now, check it out. You can watch this live, the Jake and Spike Show. Go to youtube.com. Look up KIRO News Radio. Jake and Spike Live is going to pop up, and then you can watch this with us. But Laura, this is something we could share with everyone. Yes? Okay, good. Let's play with this. Play this for
Sorry, our
everyone.
system's being a little glitchy right now.
Oh, is it not working right now?
No, it's working. We'll just give it a go. Hold on.
All right, here we go.
Hello? Mom, I just got called up. Oh my God! Dan's here! Oh, I love you! Congratulations! Oh my God! Are you like so excited? Yeah, I don't know what to feel right now. This is incredible. Oh, honey, I love you! I'm so proud! Thank you. Oh my God! Thank you for calling me. Are you playing the rest of the game? No, I'm out of the game.
She's like, why aren't you in sport?
I love you too. Yeah.
Wait, he wants to talk. Ready to go, Cole?
Thank you guys. I love you guys.
Oh, I love you too. Randy's on here too. Wait.
Hold on.
Just gotta talk to everyone.
Hello, the mailman's here.
Randy?
Talk to the mailman. Aw.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, Cole, I'm so happy.
Thank you guys. Love you too. Bye. Okay, let's call my dad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I know. That's when it couldn't get any better.
Is it glitching out on us now, Laura? Is he not able to hear us?
Dad, I just got called up.
What? You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow, like, tell me, man, she just texted me something. I go, no. Oh my God, Cole. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh, that is so great, Cole.
I know.
So
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you for trying so hard. It's so good.
Yeah, I just wanted to call you.
Oh, thank you. Call your brother and Joanne or mom. Call
Yeah.
your mom, everybody.
Call your mom. Bad news, Dad. You were second.
All right.
Come on, Dad. Call your mom.
Oh, now he's calling his brother?
Yeah.
I just got called up.
I am so pumped. How did they tell you?
I was in the dugout, and then our manager came up to me.
Can you pause it real fast, Laura?
And then he just...
This is Cole Young. He's the newest Seattle Mariner, and we have footage now of him calling all of his family members, telling them that he's being called up.
Quite a bit of it.
Do we have the one where he calls his parents old friends from high school that they knew growing up? All right, continue this one. We got like just beautiful.
You're playing in Seattle tomorrow.
Wait, in the dugout?
Yeah.
Did you have any clue?
No clue.
Dude, I am so pumped. Literally, I'm so proud of you, and all the slump happened in the beginning because that's like the hardest.
All right, we're
thing to
good.
work
We're
through.
good.
Like,
This is so sweet.
It is, man. It's
what
just a beautiful
wonderful
story.
family he's got. This guy hit a home run in life.
It takes a whole family of support. You know, you're right about the parents and the siblings, and then his folks got to be in the stands for his major league debut. I mean, that's one of the beauties of having the Mariner farm system, both Everett and Tacoma, so close proximity-wise to the major league team. So the whole family could be there the next day.
Yeah.
When he makes his major league debut, and then they get him get a walk-off.
It's so cool, man.
RBI winner.
Yeah. It's the best. It's the best.
Stuff of dreams, man.
We're going to talk more about baseball later because I'm taking my son.
You got a moment.
To his first Mariners game tonight.
You got a
I'm
moment
so
in your
excited. I want to talk
family.
about it with you
Isn't
guys.
that great?
But next, top of next hour, I went into Safeway the other night.
Okay.
I'm a Christian, but I drink a little, and I was getting some supplies to make some margaritas.
There you go. Cool.
Safeway did something bizarre to me, and I've never experienced this, and I don't even know what to make of it.
Okay.
Or if I can even continue shopping.
Oh wow.
So I want to talk about it with you next. See if you're experiencing the same thing. We'll be right back.
Did you know that over the past 10 years, home values have increased the most during the first quarter of the year? So how much is your home worth right now? Check it out instantly at sellwithwest.com. Sure, there are other apps out there you can use, but most of them are national companies. If you want local expertise, someone who actually knows what's happening with the housing market in your neighborhood, there's no one more local than Wes Jones. If you're even thinking about making a move in 2025, go to sellwithwest.com, sellwithwest.com, and start by using their free home value calculator to see what your home is worth. It might be worth more than you think. You'll get so much more than just a number from Wes Jones. We're talking about recent sales in your neighborhood, the market temperature in your city, side-by-side comparisons of multiple online estimates. You can even calculate how much equity you have, and even a breakdown of how your home's value has changed over time. So here's what you have to do. Go to sellwithwest.com, type in your address, and bam, you'll have instant access to all of this and more. It's fast, easy, it's local. Sellwithwest.com, a better way to sell your home.
So I formed Davis Law Group about 30 years ago, and I would get, the same questions from people about what to do in the case of an accident. Do you need a lawyer? To the point where I decided that I would at least write a book which would answer the common questions that I would receive as a lawyer. Once I wrote my first book, it proved to be hugely popular. I decided to write then a series of books in different accident cases so that we could really teach people about their rights, how to protect them, and how to decide on whether they need a lawyer and what lawyer to hire. I've found in my career that having a client that is educated and knowledgeable about their particular type of case really helps the client and also usually ends up making the case or the claim more successful. To get your free copy of any of my Washington accident books, visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Hi, Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. You may have known us for our unique cabinet refacing projects, but I'd like to introduce our full bathroom remodeling service. New tub, shower, floors, counters, and of course cabinetry. Same commitment to quality and value, same full service, just another way to serve the folks of Puget Sound. Call today for a free in-home consultation. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hi, I'm Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. We're celebrating 100 years of Pella excellence with an offer as strong as our legacy. Get $100 off every window, $100 off every door, and enjoy 100 days with no interest and no payments. It's our way of saying thank you for letting us be a part of your homes for a century. Visit PellaPNW.com to schedule your free consultation today. Pella, 100 years strong.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perongo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and owning your own deck is a great way to enjoy it. But finding the right decking solution can be overwhelming. That's why all 9 of our Puget Sound locations offer decking showrooms so you can get your hands and toes on the more than 60 decking options we carry. So if you have any questions about building, maintaining, or repairing your deck, contact me personally, Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
TimberTech Vintage Collection Decking. On sale now at Dunn Lumber.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find it in stores at your local CVS, Fred Meyer Grocery, Amazon, or newnordicusa.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Federal authorities have arrested a Washington state man who they say provided chemicals to the suspected bomber of a California fertility clinic last month. 32-year-old Daniel Park was deported from Poland and returned to the U.S. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti reports.
According to the FBI, Park shipped and he delivered a combined 270 pounds of ammonium nitrate to Guy Barkas, who then used that material to carry out this bombing at the fertility clinic in Palm Springs.
In Boulder, Colorado, a vigil for the victims injured in an attack on a group bringing attention to the hostages in Gaza. Governor Jared Polis.
Today, we return here to the site where this occurred to show, and by deeds and words, that terrorism does not win.
Allison Keyes reports on the latest budget wrangling on Capitol Hill.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is blunt about Republicans who support a bill he says includes cuts that are too devastating to people.
Why are they doing all this? Why are they being so mean?
He goes on to answer his own question.
All to give tax breaks to billionaires.
This, as a nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates that under the Trump proposal, 4 million fewer people would get food stamps every month. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
There's still no word on when or if President Trump will speak to China's president to ease the trade war, and talks with the European Union today failed to make any progress. Nancy Cordes has that.
The administration's promise of 90 trade deals in 90 days has not materialized yet. There's been one trade deal with the UK, and so they are looking to move things along.
The smoke from the Canadian wildfires continues to linger over the Midwest. Minnesota nurse practitioner April Jacobson with some advice.
Definitely stay inside, use air purifiers. I would avoid having your windows and your doors open, using a mask if you're going to be outside for long periods of time.
Rain across parts of the region could improve the conditions. Matt Piper reports fewer Americans are getting measles vaccines.
Researchers at Johns Hopkins University found 78% of counties in 33 states saw a decline in vaccination rates. That includes states that are battling outbreaks this year. Candice DeBattius is with the Partnership to Fight Infectious Disease.
Our immunity has waned because fewer people are getting vaccinated against measles, and that's why we're seeing the spread.
The study found only 4 of the 33 states, California, Connecticut, Maine, and New York, saw an increase in the vaccine rate. Matt Piper, CBS News.
And checking the numbers on Wall Street after the latest trade news, the Dow finished lower, just 91 points. This is CBS.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The latest on the manhunt for a father accused of killing his 3 young daughters. But first, from the Beacon Plumbing traffic desk, a crash is blocking one lane now eastbound on the West Seattle Bridge at 4th Avenue South. You're backed up to Highway 99. The crash has been cleared from westbound I-90 at 150th in the Eastgate area. Travel times: Renton to Bellevue 17, Everett to Seattle a little long at 39 minutes, Federal Way to Seattle 22. Traffic brought to you by Buc-ee's. With available financing at Buc-ee's Complete Auto for oil changes, brakes, tune-ups, wiper blades, and factory maintenance, Buc-ee's.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. The mourning continues over 3 young Wenatchee sisters who died at the hands of their own father. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman attended a vigil for the children.
Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker.
They lit up. They were dancers. They were involved in Short Shakespeareans in the summer.
Meant so much to so many.
They had life and love, and they were so beautiful and so joyous.
Sadly, all 3 were found dead at a campsite near Leavenworth.
I hugged my daughter really hard today. Yeah.
As of now, police believe their father, Travis Decker, is responsible.
More on the search for 32-year-old Travis Decker. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Jason Sloss.
Chelan County Sheriff's Office says the East Cascade Regional SWAT Team, U.S. Border Patrol, and Department of Homeland Security are all involved in this massive search right now for Decker. Authorities are asking the community to be on the lookout. Decker is former military with the Army and has extensive training, though it's unclear whether he's armed. Now, anyone who sees him should not approach. Just call 911 immediately.
And you can see Decker's photo at mynorthwest.com. A SWAT raid in Thurston County uncovers an arsenal of military firearms, tactical gear, and Nazi flags. Sheriff Derek Sanders says his office was tapped by the Army to help execute a warrant in Lacey. 2 people linked to the Nazi white nationalist movement were arrested. A Rochester man is in jail after shooting a live round during what was supposed to be a training exercise. More from KIRO News Radio's Scott Carty.
Thurston County Sheriff's deputies responded to a man who had been shot during working dog training exercises Tuesday. Upon arrival, fire department personnel pronounced the Lewis County victim in his 20s dead. A group had been conducting exercises while filming training videos. One of the handlers, a Rochester man, had a live round in his weapon. Police arrested him for manslaughter and booked him in the Thurston County Jail. Scott Carty, KIRO News Radio.
Get ready to say ciao. Alaska Airlines is launching its first ever nonstop flights to Rome. In May 2026, the airline plans to connect the Emerald City to the Eternal City with 4 weekly flights abroad. CEO Ben Minicucci calls it a dream come true as Alaska expands its global reach. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy today with highs around 70. It's 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. All right, 2 things we got to get solved here real fast. Some house cleaning. So
okay,
refer to it?
housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
I'm doing house cleaning.
Okay. You are doing house cleaning.
It's funny how you rolled that together. Good work.
You have something to give away here, Spike. So if anybody is on the, and we're only giving it away, this is what they call a prompt to get you guys. We're pushing you to watch us in person, live. I guess on the screen, so it's just not in person. Just watch us live. This is what we're trying to get you.
In real time.
There is an email hidden somewhere on the screen. If you are watching YouTube right now, I have hidden an email somewhere on the screen. All
Cleverly
of the words.
hidden.
It looks like a cool picture, but if you put them all together, it forms words that go into, and then it's an email. You get it. I want you to, Spike, hold up what you're going to give away to one lucky person. We're going to select from anybody who emails us right now and tells us what.
We asked for people to give us what is the drawing that contains our email address.
Yeah, our
right?
names are scrawled across two things.
Yeah.
To make up the email and in a picture. We want you guys to just tell us what it is. You can email that to us, and we will pick at random between now and, between the start of the show. So between noon and 3 o'clock. If you email us, you'll be entered, and we'll pick one of you. Kim was our winner last week of some cool stuff. We gave away a cool hat and a coffee cup and some stickers and yada, yada. What do we got here, Spike?
Well, this is not the actual prize. The actual prize is in a safe deposit box.
Sweet.
This is a
replica of the
prize. It's a vintage Mariner bobblehead. It's not one of your player-specific bobbleheads, which are all the rage with the kids these days. This is more of a dad's kind of a prize.
This is a generic
old round-faced, cartoonish ball player that when I was a kid, this is what bobbleheads looked like. Every team had a different bobblehead, and they all looked like the same kid.
Okay.
The one I have at home that I'm going to give away to one of our new visitors to the YouTube channel and the Jake and Spike Show specifically is from the 2001 Seattle All-Star game.
Oh, sweet.
It's the All-Star version of this classic vintage bobblehead.
Awesome.
And it's in mint pristine condition.
That's a beautiful bobblehead.
I'll even dust it before I bring it in.
You don't have to do that.
It's
the
covered
dust is
24 years of dust.
No, that's patina. You don't want to get rid of that. That's
anyway,
a nice thing.
Anyway, that's what we're going to give away to one of our YouTube channel visitors.
That's nice. Look at that. It's a nice bobblehead.
There you go. Give Jake got a better camera.
You can hear the shake.
There he is.
Head shaking there.
Shaking as he makes his major league debut.
Yeah, the new bobbleheads. We were at the game the other night, and the new bobbleheads are tiny. There's just they're an accurate size head to the body.
Yeah, almost kind of creeped me out a little bit.
It's a little creepy.
A little bit. That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Mariners love.
I prefer my bobbleheads to be fat.
Right.
I like a fat head.
And ceramic, old school. You know?
Yeah. No, that's very cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
Cool.
The other thing is, every time the show comes back from commercials, this is the all-new Jake and Spike show.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like that's a little passé now. We're not new. We're pretty well established.
We are. Yeah.
It's certainly showing in the ratings. People do like it.
Here they are, same old Jake and Spike.
Here's something I want to talk about with you guys. I don't know if you've seen this or experienced this. So here's what happened to me. This is the other night. My wife and I were sitting around where, I don't know what your guys' schedule looks like, but here's my schedule in the afternoons. I get home from the show. We leave pretty much right after the show because I do all of my show prep and stuff. Morning of the show, we come in, we put everything into it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
all the fire and
sell out for
fury
you guys. Yeah.
love and happiness and all the stuff.
Leave
that
it
you
all
guys
in the field, they
hopefully
say.
are taken away with you. We put into the show hard until 3 o'clock. And then once 3 o'clock hits, I'm in my car, I'm fighting traffic, I'm trying to get home, and then I'm able to meet my kids when they get off the bus. It's unbelievable. It's the best situation ever. It's great.
You totally hit a black hole of traffic and just wormholed through there.
It still takes me an hour. Yeah,
Okay,
I live up in Snohomish. So anyway, I get up there, I get back, then I have the kids for a few hours. Now we're running them around trying to just get all their energy out. Then we got to feed the kids dinner, and then we get the kids to bed. We start putting them to bed around 7:30. Okay. Hopefully everyone's kind of leaving us alone, my wife and I, by about 8 o'clock. That's the goal. That's fingers crossed. That's the goal. It never works out that way, but you always have high hopes.
Sure.
It's not worth living life without high hopes.
There you go.
So we decided the other night, we're like, hey, it'd be really fun. Margaritas sound great. Now, I didn't have stuff for margaritas, and I don't want to disappoint my wife. So I'm like, I know what I'll do. I'll run up to Safeway real fast, and I'll grab some margaritas.
Local, convenient.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Love it. Been going there my whole life. And what do you need for margaritas? You need your tequila. You need your triple sec. Maybe you make it with Grand Marnier. Maybe you don't even use those things. I don't know. But I was making a classic margarita. I needed some salt. I needed these things. So I go into the Safeway. I've gotten used to the fact that alcohol is all behind the glass now.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have it, yeah.
You gotta. It's an unfortunate commentary on where we're at in life and in our modern society that you need to do that. But it's just as much hiding it from the teenagers who might try to sneak it.
It really is.
As it is for the ne'er-do-wells.
Yep.
So I'm fine with that. So I'm accustomed to hitting the little button where they, now you got to wait.
Call for service. Sure, I've seen it.
Yeah. So now I'm waiting. I hit the button and I wait. And I wait and I wait and I wait. Somebody finally comes who's very young. She's very, very young. She's like 17 years old. I didn't even know 17-year-olds were allowed to respond to that.
To get the liquor keys?
She tells me she's 17. She goes, because I asked her, I was like, where do you keep the Grand Marnier? And she goes, I don't know what that is. I'm 17. And I said, why are you helping me with liquor?
First off, thank you for not knowing at 17. That gives me faith in society.
But here's the part that I wasn't feeling very faithful in. So she gives me the Grand Marnier, and she gets me, and she doesn't give me anything. She picks it up, and I say, let me take a look at that to make sure it's the one I want.
Mm-hmm.
She won't let me touch. I'm not allowed to touch the bottle. I'm like, excuse me? And then I get to the tequilas. There's like obviously 1,000 different tequilas. There's high shelf, low shelf. I'm somewhere right in the bottom middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at all the different tequilas, and I'm like, that one looks kind of good. It was a new one I hadn't tried yet. They're always coming out with new flavors or new
unbelievable,
tequilas.
yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like you and the agave, whatever, all this stuff. And so I find one that I think looks good, but you want to feel something before you buy it.
Yeah.
There's a weight to it. I want to
hold that bottle. They spend a lot of marketing and money and research in the shape of that bottle, the feel in your hand. They want the buying experience to be visceral.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
100%. I want to feel that bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I want to turn it over in my hands.
Sure.
I want to imagine pouring it into a
exactly
shaker.
Right.
I want to read the back of it.
Yes.
She grabs the bottle. I reach out to take it. And now maybe you guys have experienced the same thing. And this is a new thing at Safeway. I don't know if any other stores are doing this, but certainly Safeway is doing this. I reach out to take it. And she says, no, you can't touch it. And she's got kind of a funny voice because she's very young. And she's feeling awkward because she doesn't know like the protocol, I guess, or she hasn't told me the protocol. And it's clear that I don't know the protocol.
Sure.
I can't touch the bottle. She goes, you're not allowed to touch it. And I said, what? I'm buying it. You just put it in my cart right now. I'm not going to walk out with it. And she goes, you're not allowed to touch it. It's a new rule, so you don't steal it. And I said, what? I'm not going to steal it. I'm like, I'm right here.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you.
And she goes, I can take it for you up front. And when you're ready to make your purchases, just tell them what you ordered and we'll bring it over and we'll put it in your bag for you.
She'll keep it at customer service.
She's going to keep it up at customer service.
Until you've shown proper ID and given secured payment.
Listen, I look young, but I'm clearly over 25.
Clearly you're over 25. Yeah. 25. My shoes are old enough to drink. Okay?
Yeah.
And I get carded. I get it. So state requires valid ID be presented. They scan it. They don't just look at it anymore. They scan that barcode across the back of your ID.
With that.
Yeah, me too.
In fact, when they don't scan my ID, I'm offended.
I'm with you.
I like to be scanned.
Yeah.
It's great. But the bottle, but them not letting me touch the bottle. What is this? And then an old lady, clearly an old lady. She's over 21. She's not the thieving type, obviously. She's dressed nice. She's, it's a nice area. I don't live in a bad area. She comes in and she asks for a bottle of, she's getting some vodka or something. I don't know, she's getting whiskey or whatever. And the girl, also the same one who was helping me, opens the thing and the exact same thing. And I watched it play out with this lady. And she reaches for the bottle and the girl goes, bop, 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 bop. You're not allowed to touch it because you might steal it. And I'm like, number one, Safeway needs to talk to this girl.
Right. There's a customer interaction protocol that needs to be
some acknowledgement that this is uncomfortable for all of us.
Sorry, store policy is that I will hold on to this until we get you to the front of the store. I hope you understand.
You get it. And so the old lady looks at her and then she looks at me and she goes, wait a minute, what? So this happened like overnight. Are they doing this at your store? Are they doing something similar where they take the bottle from the thing and you're not even allowed to? I was like, am I even allowed to look at it?
I haven't experienced that yet. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do it because I've got to pick up some alcohol this week.
Sure.
But see, my thing is I buy the same tequila all the time. That's all I buy is tequila, and I buy the same all the time.
So you don't need to feel it.
I don't have to, that visceral. Believe me, my hands know what they love.
They know what a tequila.
They know what it feels like. A good bottle of tequila feels like. But I get the anti-theft protocols that are now required by retailers.
It's too much. They've crossed the Rubicon. It's too much. I don't like it.
I totally understand how you feel that way. I totally get it, man. I get it. I went into my local. I shop at a local QFC, right? And there's also a Fred Meyer up the street. And it's not because I prefer them over Safeway or Albertsons or whatever, Hagen, whatever the chain that's close to you. It's all about convenience for us.
Sure.
The two stores closest proximity-wise to my home.
Yeah.
Are both QFCs. And there's a Fred Meyer just a little bit further up the street.
All your heart's desires, you can find it at Fred Meyer.
You got it. And I went into my local grocer, and it was a late night, when the night crew's there, like one or two checkers, and they're also doubling as stockers because of, cuts to staffing at all of our grocery retailers. They literally had a fortress built of shopping carts. Of the two entrances, only one is open late. I get that. Every store's like that.
Yeah, they do that.
They closed off one of the auxiliary entrances. And there is literally a wall of shopping carts, and you can't go down the right half of the store. And I'm walking, so you're going, the exits of a store, all the cashier aisles lead to one open front corridor, and you all funnel out the store. You've got to come in and go through the wrong way, like the wrong way through the turnstile into a cashier lane, because they want to see everybody that comes into that store has to go through where the night crew will see them.
You have to leave a fingerprint for them?
No, but you got
sample?
No, but you got to physically pass through one. Everything's blocked off except one checker aisle, because that's the aisle that they are stocking on in the freezer section, center of the store.
Yeah.
And I said, I walked in. I've never seen this before. This was a week ago. Walked in and I said to the cashier, so I know very well. I see them all the time. So, you guys doing the floors getting done tonight, or what's the story? He goes, no, theft prevention. We have people just come, because they're stocking the freezers halfway back the aisle, middle of the store. People come in and just help themselves whatever they want and walk out, and nobody ever gets an eyeball on them. This is just the nature of who we are as a culture now.
Ugh.
With theft being so rampant to retailers.
I hate this.
I can't. It breaks your heart.
It doesn't make me feel good.
It's insulting. It's insulting.
It is insulting. When
is.
she said to me, because you might steal it. I said, what are you talking about? I might steal it. That's a funny thing to say to somebody. I was like, do you know how much alcohol I'm buying from you?
You know how much I make? I still to go. Yeah, I'm going to shoplift and pay. I'm going to shoplift and show you my ID first.
I'm literally here every day buying booze from you.
And I feel the same way. No, I feel like I've earned some trust.
Yeah.
In the 1,000 hours I've shopped at this store, I feel like I've earned a little bit of trust from the crew. But
100%.
But they got to judge us by the least among us. They really do have to. They have to govern the store.
It is a critical error. It is a bad mistake, because I'll tell you what it does. I am the kind of person, I enjoy going in to go shopping. I like putting my hands on things. Not in a weird way, but I like to touch the food and make sure that I like it. I like to select my berries. I like to do all these things.
Sure you do, of course, especially produce.
Especially produce.
You bet,
I'm not going to let some random faceless person select my carrots.
I could never have one of the people who, I know Laura does this a lot, where you order online and they have a store shopper brings you the things you want.
I love it. It makes my life so much faster.
I got to touch every carrot.
My wife's one. My wife's one of those too. She will not go into a store. She only shops online.
I couldn't do it,
and I can't do it. Maybe it's a man-woman thing.
There's like 8 loaves of bread there. Only one of them is good enough for my family.
Exactly.
I'm looking at all 8 loaves of bread. And when it comes to fruit, don't even get me started. Apples, I could spend 25 minutes picking out 3 apples.
Yeah,
you look at them all.
That's pretty long for apples.
Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit.
No touching.
No touching.
Right?
No touching.
I don't want to live in that world either. I'm not. I get it. It's liquor. It's a different world. I love the convenience of not having to go to a state-run liquor store. I didn't mind going to state-run liquor stores. But now that every grocer
I'm kind of thinking I might start going to a liquor store again.
I can tell you, I was going to say, you go to one of those Total Wine & More type places,
Are they carrying it up front?
Touch the bottles. Touch them all you want. Cradle them. Hold them up to the light.
I want to lift the bottle
Feel it
up
in your
like
hand.
a brand new baby, and I want to hold it, and I want to cuddle it.
Yeah.
Everything the light touches.
The circle of drink, I call it. Yeah, you can do that right. But grocers
this assumption, though, that everyone is a thief is going to kill their industry. It's going to kill their industry. I cannot possibly imagine that loss prevention is so effective that they are more willing to offend every person who comes in their store. Because now I'm talking about it, I'm blabbing about it on the radio for thousands and thousands of people to hear.
For our audience. Let me ask you a question, though. What are you going to do? Stop eating?
No, I'm not going to stop eating. I'm going to stop shopping there.
You're going to go to a different store?
Absolutely. I'm going to go to the store that doesn't treat me like a villain. A store that lets me come in and pick my bottle of alcohol out like a man.
I'm going to test my store.
I feel like a small child going in.
I feel like
Excuse me,
dirty,
sir.
right?
Can I have some more alcohol, please?
Please have some tequila, sir.
I already feel
gin. It would be gin if it was an hour.
Can I have some gin?
I'll have some gin, please.
Please, can I have some gin? Is it possible to get? You get me some bitters while you're in there? Am I allowed to get the bitters on my own?
No, you can. There's no alcohol in that. It's on a shelf. You can grab that yourself. You can grab the bitters yourself. Can't touch the booze.
Can I grab the salt? Am I allowed to get the salt?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of them. Let me get the salt.
I know, buddy. It's the world we live in now.
It's just this.
It's a sign of the times.
Slow creep.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's a slippery slope. And before you know it, I'm not even going to be allowed in the store. They're just going to say, nope, you can't even come in.
What do you
Everything's
want?
online shopping. We select our berries for you. We tell you what kind of alcohol you have to drink. Like I'm like a common criminal.
My wife and I went back east, and this was 10 years ago, okay? Back to Baltimore, right? And my wife, God love my wife. She had never been to the East Coast till she met me. And we go back, this wasn't like the early 90s or late 80s. This was 10 years ago. And we're coming home from an event. And it's after 11. And we need to stop. We're going to stop and buy some milk on the way home because the kids, baby's with us.
Baby's got to have milk.
We got to have milk.
Baby's going to milk.
Right? So we'll just pull into a 7-Eleven or a gas station,
Sure.
Little mini mart.
Convenience store.
Yeah. One of those turnstile bulletproof, like at a bank, to buy milk. They got to put it in. First I got to put my money into the thing and spin it around to the teller. They got to take my money and then put the change and the milk back and spin it around to me so I can have access to it.
Behind me, bulletproof glass.
And little bulletproof turns, built little turnstile there, little spindle with a.
Are we living in a Back to the Future alternate reality?
This
Is
was
this Biff's world?
This was 10
Are we
years
living
ago.
in Biff's world now?
Yeah.
That's what we've come to?
Now it's here. It's made it to the great Northwest. I'm going to check my local
Check
grocer,
yours
see if
and
they'll let me hold liquor.
And to our audience, let me know. If there's a
Yeah.
store, do me a favor. Text me right now, 888-973-5476. Or if you're on the YouTube page, in the chat line. If your store is doing this, I want to know. So I cannot go to that store. I want to go to a store that treats me like a full-grown adult.
Safeway says Jake can't hold his liquor.
Jake literally can't hold his liquor. You can't hold your liquor.
Right?
That's our motto. They'll still sell it to me. But they won't let me touch it.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's insulting. You're right, and it's heartbreaking at the same time. That we live. That's the world we live
Listen,
in.
I understand. They're trying to save their business. They're just trying to make money. It's tough business. It's a real tough business, and I don't necessarily blame them 100%. I blame the people who are stealing stuff off the shelves.
I do too.
I'm not one of them.
I went to Fred Meyer last night, right, and I'm buying cookies. For the missus. She has like certain kind of cookies. They're not available at the other stores I go to. Only Fred Meyer carries this brand of cookies.
All your hearts and desires.
Right there. 3 security guards between me, the cash register, and the door. 3 different guys.
Louise.
3 different guys. One at the self-check.
What time of night?
This was after 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So it's after the sun goes down. Nothing good happens to the grocery store after the sun goes down.
You live in a nice area,
I do, right? But I had a security guard at the self-check. I had a security guard inside the store where the causeway where the carts are kept.
Mm-hmm.
There's one right there, and the third guy at the door to the street. In case the first 2 guys didn't eyeball me enough, were my box of cookies. 3 different security guards.
Tell you what, are you going to go back there next time for cookies, or are you going to think about another place?
Well, I'll go back.
I guess it doesn't matter.
They did let me touch the cookies. That was nice of them. I got to pick my own cookies off the shelf.
That's nice. They let you smell them?
No, 3 different guards, man. That's the world we live in.
It's the world we live in. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Next, we got a lot of sports stories to talk about, which is a lot of fun. We can't do that without Mike Lefkoe.
Oh, good.
710 Seattle Sports. He's going to join us next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO Newsradio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
It's all too common of an occurrence. You need some work done on your home, so you call 3 contractors. Someone didn't even show up to provide an estimate. Another gave you a quote that changed twice. So you settle on the third, who left behind a mess you're still trying to clean up. At Valentine Roofing, we know you don't just want someone to complete your job. You deserve the one, because it's your home and you want it done right. Skip the headaches. Valentine Roofing is the one. At Valentine, we take pride in what we call the Valentine experience. It's 3 simple principles we focus on every day: seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and going the extra mile. So next time you need work done on your home's exterior, remember who the one is. Valentine Roofing is the one who provides hassle-free estimates within about an hour of our arrival. We're the one who stands behind our work with a lifetime warranty, and we're the one who truly cares about your Valentine experience. So for all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, schedule your free estimate today with the one, Valentine Roofing, by calling us at 206 Roofing.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
John Curley here. Smart homeowners are upgrading heat pumps and air conditioners now before the summer heat wave with incredible rebates and discounts that'll save you up to $6,000. Home Comfort Alliance makes paying easy with 18 months, same as cash financing. Call Home Comfort Alliance today for a free quote and save up to $6,000. For your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit HomeComfortAlliance.com today. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Safety comes first. That means no credit financing at Bucky's Complete Auto for oil changes, brakes, tune-ups, wiper blades, and factory maintenance. Check the Bucky's near you at buckys.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Wenatchee community still in mourning today.
My heart is crushed for the children.
Dan Moody attended last night's vigil for the Decker sisters, 3 little girls who police say died at a campground at the hands of their father, 32-year-old Travis Decker. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson has the latest on the Chelan County Sheriff's search for Decker.
They have gotten 2 helicopters from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office that are helping with air searches around that area near the Rock Island Campground northwest of Leavenworth in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. Now, that is where Decker's truck was found. Today, they are focusing on searching via aircraft in that dense and steep forest, looking for any signs of Travis Decker.
Police say he has extensive military background in both the Army and National Guard. Now to the closing bell reports. One of Seattle's most iconic restaurants announces a big promotion from within. KIRO News Radio's Manda Factor has more.
Canlis just named James Huffman its new executive chef. He's worked in the Canlis kitchen for 9 years. The Seattle Times reports Huffman started as a cook, worked his way up to executive sous chef, and now he runs the show. Before Canlis, he cooked at Cafe Juanita in Kirkland and Purple Cafe and Wine Bar. This is a big shift for Canlis. Their last 3 head chefs came from outside Seattle with Michelin-starred experience. This is the first Seattle native to lead the kitchen in that restaurant's 75-year history. Manda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle International Film Festival says it is cutting about 20% of its admin staff. SIFF Executive Director Tom Mara says this is a painful move, but one they had to make. He says SIFF is facing serious financial pressure like many arts nonprofits across the country right now. At the close today on Wall Street, mixed results. The Dow lost 91. S&P 500 mainly flat, just up 0.5 point. NASDAQ ahead by 62. Turning now to the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk. This report is brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. We have just cleared our one collision on the map. It was in Seattle on Highway 99, northbound just south of Dexter Avenue, still causing a bit of a backup right around South Lake Union. Rest of the map is right about average for this time of day. Looking at a 38-minute drive from Linwood to Seattle. Got the backups around the U districts. Bellevue to Renton a little thick through the construction zone, but clears up once you reach the landing. Tacoma to Olympia is pretty much wide open. So is Renton to Puyallup, and the drive up into Everett is just a little bit of a slowdown on I-5 northbound through Mount Lake Terrace. That's just some volume right there. Bellevue to Everett, nothing slowing you down though. Through June, take advantage or 12 months, same as cash financing with 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for 12 months from Lake Washington Windows. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com today. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We are a bit more cloudy this afternoon, but staying dry. Highs will be in the upper 60s. Right now, 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we think we got our email ironed out. We couldn't figure it out for a long time. Oh, Laura, can you adjust that? Let's see here. We have a secret email that only the people who are watching live can see. We hid it somewhere in the camera. And if you send an email to the secret email address that we have there, then you're going to win this awesome vintage bobblehead that Spike has brought in from his house. All right. Well, we'll iron it out.
That was nice.
And
nice
we're working
timing.
on it. Email us and
hi, Jake.
Send us an email to that secret email, and one of you will pick to win.
There you
go. We're excited because right now we have Mike Lefko from 710 Seattle Sports joins us. Mike, welcome to the show.
Glad to see this email, guys. And you.
Can you see the email?
It's staring at me right in the face.
Good. Yeah. Well, it's a secret, so
I won't say it.
Don't say what it is.
I can't say it.
You're not allowed to win.
It's very tough to figure out.
It is tough to figure out, and it's still, I don't know.
I know you put a lot of effort into it. You guys will get there.
I put in more effort than it actually is worth.
Right.
And it's pretty obvious when you see how it looks. Mike.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the MLS. We got the FIFA Club World Cup coming up. Mm-hmm. People are excited about it. There's 3 teams in the MLS that are playing. Seattle's one of them. They are upset, though, because there's some way that
I was going to say, are people excited about it? Because the players themselves aren't.
The players don't seem
excited. It's funny. The fans are more excited than the damn players.
32 teams are set to play in the FIFA Club World Cup later this month. They are going to be splitting a prize pool. Sounders will earn from this extra play in this Club World Cup $9.55 million as a club. But because of player negotiation stuff with the MLSPA, which is MLS Players Association, they are capped at how much the players can receive of that prize money, which is kind of a pittance. Now, answer me this. That number is $1 million.
Yeah.
So the team itself is going to get like almost $10 million.
Well, at a minimum.
At a minimum.
So if they win, that's just, hey, you're hosting, you're playing these group stage matches, you're getting that regardless. If you win and you win the whole thing, it is like a ton, like $120 million or something.
But the players can only ever see $1 million of that? Why is that?
Well, I think it was, now I'm going off of our own articles and own reporting here. I think it was because it used to be much smaller. And so whenever this CBA negotiated that, it was because the Club World Cup, the payout was smaller. The
Wasn't
amount of
the biggest
teams,
thing, yeah.
The amount of teams in it were much smaller. It was like 7 originally. And then they
now there's
finally
32.
expanded. This is the first year it's expanded to 32.
To 32.
Where it mimics the actual World Cup, but it's a labor-intensive process because of that. So I get the frustration because the World Cup, you're playing, and now the same with the Club World Cup, you're playing 3 group stage matches. So you're traveling to play all these matches. Well, you don't have to, if you're hosting it here, but then to go in the knockout rounds, and you're potentially playing, 3 more knockout rounds, or 4 if you win the whole thing.
And again,
So,
this is not your regular season. This is extra play.
and
So
this
you're-
is in the midst of your regular season.
So you're tired in your body. You can only put it through so much. I mean, look at football. They figured out in professional football, we can maybe sneak an extra game in there, but we've got to give bye weeks. These guys are pushing so hard. We can't hurt them. I mean, that's when people get injured. And so these guys are risking that. And for what? $1 million to be split amongst all the players? It's not $1 million
I
a
understand.
player.
I understand the frustration.
Because
And
they showed
FIFA
up.
is notoriously corrupt
Yeah,
as well.
very corrupt.
So
Hold on,
I'm never going to take their side.
I just figured. I just caught up to something. It's not $1 million per player.
No, it's for
Oh,
the whole
team splits $1 million.
Yeah.
But the club, like
Yeah.
Mike said,
Are they picking up lunch? At least?
Exactly. So you get the protest.
they'll split lunch with you, actually. But the
lunch
club,
is included in the $1 million.
After lunch.
You
to
get
be
a free
fair-
meal.
To be
along
fair,
with
you
it.
have to order off the kids' menu.
Jeepers.
It's a special fixed menu.
Yes.
This explains the cash grab T-shirts these guys are walking on the field wearing. That's unbelievable.
They all showed up wearing matching T-shirts, which actually is a huge portion of what they spent on these
And you
shirts.
can look on the screen. There you go.
The $1 million doesn't include the cost of the custom
Club
T-shirts.
World Cup cash grab. So
Well,
they're very upset
that's
about it.
written into the appeal. They have to be reimbursed for the T-shirts too.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, well, that's some extra money. I
So
guess nothing to complain
this
about.
this figure of $1 million per club was negotiated with the Players Association prior to the expansion of World Cup.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it FIFA?
The Club World Cup.
Club World Cup. Club World Cup. I want to make sure I get the right because there's, as an American who doesn't care about the fancy football game of world football, soccer as we call it.
Well, I told Jake I couldn't believe we were talking about this.
Yeah, well,
I care
only
about it.
because,
I care
only
about
because
it. I
people
care
are getting screwed over. That's what we care about.
Yeah.
This-
Well, FIFA's
the working
come-
man.
We
Care
have
about
the World
working
Cup.
man.
We have the World Cup coming to town.
We do.
Like, not just
We
the
do.
club. We
Right.
have the actual World Cup coming to town, which is exciting.
But it's about fair compensation for the working man. Is what we're talking about here.
Absolutely.
So they negotiated a number instead of a percentage. That's where they went wrong, right?
Yes,
right?
and I don't know when this negotiation happened with the original CBA. It certainly happened well before this expansion. So this is the frustration of, hey, look, things change with the payout when the total team's there. We want to readjust and reassess what we negotiated because the terms are different. So
Right,
I get where they're coming
It's a
from.
whole different universe.
It's
we're
a
playing in.
whole different scenario than they negotiated.
So let's move on to another soccer story.
Yes.
We have the actual World Cup coming to town. We're going to get 6 games. Lumen Field will play host to 6 games. They have to play per FIFA rules, though. Lumen Field is not natural grass. So in order for them to be able to bring the games here per FIFA, they have to convert the field temporarily to natural grass, which they're going to be doing. And so they're going to spend almost $20 million upgrading Lumen Field to make it FIFA friendly. Not just on grass, a couple of things. The
Stadium improvements and all that, which is
Stadium
great. Great
improvements.
long term for that.
We get to keep those, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll put the turf back in after
Yes, the
FIFA's
grass
done.
goes away. The grass is
The
temporary.
grass is going to go away, but the majority of the money they're going to be spending is going to be on installing and maintaining the grass during the tournament.
Yeah.
What do you guys
And
think
to put
about
it
that?
in.
And to put it in. And it's tax dollars being spent. What do you guys think of that?
Is it or is it FIFA spending?
It's tax dollars.
Oh.
Yeah. Governor
Oh, no,
Bob Ferguson
it was
just
a
signed.
Turd Ferguson decision to spend taxpayer. No, I think this is a Fergalicious decision.
You think this is Fergalicious?
I think because
Explain
how much money?
Yeah,
is
you're going to
FIFA
get a lot of money out of this.
This
All
is
the people
good.
coming to
Good
town.
ROI.
Yeah.
This is good ROI. This is money. This is what it costs to bring
Spike,
FIFA.
obviously I know what that means, but for people who don't know what ROI means, what does ROI mean?
Return on investment.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So the city puts almost $20 million into this, into upgrading Lumen to make it FIFA compliant.
Yes.
And the amenities surrounding the field itself are going to be upgraded to make the experience for the visiting fan from all over the world the best it can be. That's going to generate. Do you have any estimation of how much FIFA is going to generate income-wise for the city of Seattle?
FIFA doesn't like to give hard numbers, I imagine.
Apparently, I've noticed.
Right, because then they're going to take a percentage.
$1 million.
They're going to make a lot more than they tell you they made.
Yeah. FIFA is. Yeah, but there's a documentary on FIFA that you should watch. If you're interested in
dirty birds.
It's pretty great.
But it is undeniably good, the attention that the world is going to have on the World Cup next year in 2026. That's why I'm like, Club World Cup. Okay, I get the excitement of seeing some of these good teams.
Club World Cup is not as interesting.
Right. But you know how there's clean up the city whenever a company comes over? Whether it's the president or the All-Star Game or FIFA, they're going to be cleaning up the homeless encampments for an entire summer. How about, what's that worth to you, Seattle?
Yeah, it's $20 million. I'll take it.
That's
pretty
good. Screaming deal.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Although I don't believe the $20 million that they're going to spend on homeless stuff is actually coming from the stadium. That's different money. Yeah, but money was spent.
Yeah, because they're going to bring a ton of interest and people and tourism, and we're going to build long-term relationships with these visitors who are going to come back time and time again.
Are you guys going to watch the World Cup?
Am I going to watch?
Are you going to watch it?
Am I going to go anywhere near that chaos?
Are you going to try to get down to one of the games?
We have baseball to cover during
That's true. That's true.
It won't be happening. It won't be home games during when the World Cup is here. But
so they're going to have four.
It's the middle of the Mariners season.
They're going to have four
That's
group
my
stage
interest.
games.
Yep.
They're also going to have one game in the round of 32 and then one round of 16, which is very exciting. I think that's very cool that it's going to be here. LA's hosting a bunch of games too. Isn't that right? LA, and then
a lot of places around the U.S.
A lot of places.
And we made the cut.
That's the thing, though. When they have the World Cup in other countries, isn't it generally in a specific area? Is it all around the country?
No, they spread it around the host country.
Because
they
you have
spread it all over.
32 teams that need to train, they need to play.
I guess the difference is America is just so huge. When you host it in a place like Germany or something, it's all like, even if it's spread around the country,
it's like going to spring
still
training
a couple hours apart.
In Phoenix, you can go to 8 different ballparks within an hour of each other.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, that's Mike Lefkoe, 710 Seattle Sports. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, shame we didn't get a chance to talk about real sports. I talk about soccer the whole time.
Next time.
Send your hate mail right here, baby.
Send it to the email if you can find it on the screen. All right, I'm going to play a video for you next. It's so great. You're going to love it. It's a couple years old, but the internet really doesn't care about time, which is why I just saw it for the first time today.
Okay.
An LA choral choir. Is it a choral choir? What do you call that? LA choral? I guess it's LA choral.
Yeah, it's a choral performance, right?
Yeah.
A choir has a choral
It's not
performance.
under the sea, though.
Okay.
Chorus? LA chorus?
It's choral. CHORALE. I don't know what that means. Anyway, they perform an a cappella version of Toto's Africa, complete with like raindrop hand claps and everything. You think it sounds awful, but I'm telling you what.
No, I'm excited to hear this.
I was moved to a mild smile when I saw it, and I want to share it with you next.
How hard that is.
You can watch it with us. Go to YouTube right now, youtube.com, search KIRO News Radio, look up Jake and Spike. We'll be right back.
The closing bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
Well, you're getting ready every morning. Make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Are you putting off your new kitchen plans? Why wait? Hi, Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Call today for a free in-home estimate. Years of experience, thousands of happy customers. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600 or heritagehomecraft.com.
So I formed Davis Law Group about 30 years ago, and I would get, the same questions from people about what to do in the case of an accident. Do you need a lawyer? To the point where I decided that I would at least write a book which would answer the common questions that I would receive as a lawyer. Once I wrote my first book, it proved to be hugely popular. I decided to write then a series of books in different accident cases so that we could really teach people about their rights, how to protect them, and how to decide on whether they need a lawyer and what lawyer to hire. I've found in my career that having a client that is educated and knowledgeable about their particular type of case really helps the client and also usually ends up making the case or the claim more successful. To get your free copy of any of my Washington accident books, visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp, owner of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Dr. Sharp, I keep getting questions from our listeners. When's the right time to have this procedure? My eyes are changing. Should I wait until they're done changing?
Well, I always tell patients, do it now. Don't wait. Whatever age you are, and that's part of the mission of Sharp Vision, is that whatever age you are, whatever prescription you have, we try to find a procedure that works for you. When you're young, LASIK and PRK are great procedures. As we get older, the refractive lens exchange becomes more appealing because that can fix whatever glasses prescription, whether you're farsighted, nearsighted, or have astigmatism, and it fixes it permanently so you don't develop cataracts, and it allows you to see near without glasses.
Do what I did. Schedule a consultation to learn everything you need to know from the best Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E-vision.com.
We're here with our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage, the reverse mortgage expert. Steve, mortgage rates have been dropping this year. How could that help seniors struggling to stay in their homes?
Lower mortgage rates mean seniors can now get more money from their equity with a reverse mortgage. You can pay off your existing mortgage, have extra money to help with today's high cost of living, or believe it or not, you can even buy a home with a reverse mortgage. There are many uses, and best of all, you have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
But as you always say, a reverse mortgage is not for everyone.
That's right. Avoid the high-pressure sales pitch from those out-of-state call centers. I give you a consultation, not a sales pitch. I'll tell you if a reverse mortgage is right for you, and I always tell you if it's not.
Honest advice you can trust from the reverse mortgage experts. Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts and debt consolidation specialists too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Hi, I'm Keith Dashafee, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. We're celebrating 100 years of Pella excellence with an offer as strong as our legacy. Get $100 off every window, $100 off every door, and enjoy 100 days with no interest and no payments. It's our way of saying thank you for letting us be a part of your homes for a century. Visit PellaPNW.com to schedule your free consultation today. Pella, 100 years strong.
Safety comes first. When money is tight, Buc-ee's has you covered with no credit financing. For oil changes, wiper blades, brakes, tire rotation, tune-ups, and factory maintenance, it's Buc-ee's Complete Auto. No appointment needed, and financing is available. Check Buc-ee's.com for the location near you.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Seattle. Get a free comprehensive wellness panel. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Valued at $400. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You know that cartoon of the three-eyed fish swimming in polluted water next to a nuclear power plant?
Yeah, classic.
I used to think that was real, but I just learned that nuclear energy waste isn't some glowing green goo. It's actually used fuel rods from nuclear reactors that made electricity.
Wait, so no barrels of leaking sludge?
No, solid used fuel rods are safely stored at all the nuclear power plants in the U.S., including the one in Richland.
So the cartoon fish isn't real?
Not even close. Learn the facts about nuclear energy and used fuel at energy-northwest.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, I saw this video. I was so excited to share it with you. It's great audio. If you're not watching, then that's fine too. But if you are watching, that's it's an added thing that you're going to enjoy. There's a choral, which I guess is like a choir. It's a chorus I would call it just a choir. Los Angeles Angel City Choral performed Toto's Africa, and they did it a cappella. And when we play this video, Spike, you're going to hear this for the listening audience who's not watching. You're going to hear, you know the song Africa, Toto's Africa.
Of course.
Super famous.
One of the greatest songs of all time.
It's a very, very good song.
Incredible.
Highly regarded.
Yeah.
So there's a sound of rain in it, and they recreate that with clapping and like slapping their knees.
Oh, okay.
And stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really quite good. So I wanted to watch it with you and get your take on this. Do you respect a cappella?
Very much so.
You do?
Very, very much so.
More so than singing with the music accompaniment?
It's an entirely different beast. Entirely different beast.
Do you sing any a cappella songs in your performances?
No.
No,
we don't.
I mean, you guys do.
We're a rock
and
band.
roll.
Nobody comes to us for angelical choral performances.
Well, it's beautiful. So we want to play this for you. So this is Toto's Africa, as sung by. Listen to that. They're just snapping and stuff.
Oh my gosh! Who's doing that?
Thunder.
Somebody's stomach?
I don't even know how they're doing it.
That's Fat Tony in the back with a mic up to his stomach.
Yeah. Don't eat for 2 days, Tony. Isn't that amazing?
Okay, there's somebody playing a hi-hat.
It really does sound like...
That's snapping?
Well, now they're pounding on their knees.
Okay.
There is an element of this that I don't respect. I know it's hard to do, but they're all so satisfied with themselves. It's cool. I'll give them that. It's cool.
That's them jumping up and down on the stand. Oh, wow.
But it's like 200 adults who are just like slapping their knees.
Yeah, okay. Different strokes for different folks. Whatever their religion is, it's fine for them.
That's a musical instrument. That's a person. That's a music. I think they should have been allowed to have any instruments. You can't claim it's a cappella and have instruments.
I hear the drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation.
What do you think of this? Better than the original?
Nah.
Yeah, I know.
It is beautiful, though.
It's all right.
I was. If you're watching at home, you can see me. I was losing my brain here. Because can you imagine the rehearsals? Just the.
Yeah. Jessica, can you bring it down on the
doo-doo-doo-doos? Incredible skill.
Is it?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You just did it, and you have never practiced that.
I haven't, but I'd get really good if I practiced.
See, that was just me. I didn't practice.
Oh, look at them all swaying. It's like a Peanuts cartoon. It's beautiful.
I think that, and then the video ends. So do you think that's, what do you think of that? Do you respect it?
I do. Of course I respect it. I respect the amount of work involved.
It's good.
You know, arranging that type of vocal arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
There's a video we should look for and play for you guys maybe another time. There's a guy who comes in and will take a crowd of a theater and will teach a theater like in real time. So takes a section. You guys are going to do this, and he teach this.
He conducts random strangers
and who have never done it before. Wow. He teaches a section, this part of the song, then teaches another section, a different part of the vocal arrangement, and then plays the crowd in a live performance. That
to me sounds more impressive. Doesn't that kind of undercut what we just saw? Like these people practice for a long time. They even dressed alike.
They even dressed. They schlepped to so many rehearsals for this.
I know.
It is lovely.
It's nice. And again, but you just told me about a guy who can take complete strangers and turn them into a
and
chorus.
Builds them into a live performing chorus that he plays like a living instrument. And I've seen the video.
To see that.
We'll find that for you and we'll share that with you as well. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about art. Mm-hmm. It's subjective. What is art? If it appeals to anybody. If it makes anybody's day and life more rich, more full, it's art.
Sure.
And it makes all of us better society for it.
Sometimes.
Earth without art
always.
is, you ever seen the bumper sticker? Earth without art is
That's clever.
Right?
That's a clever turn of phrase, though.
That is.
That's
Earth without art is
And that's art.
That's art right there. Boom. So we should fund it. Damn it.
No, I don't think we should.
And therein lies the rub.
we got a lot more coming up. We're going to talk baseball next. I'm taking my son to his first game. We're going to talk about some some baseball memories.
Oh, this
I
is gonna
can't
be-
wait.
I'm so
You're gonna
happy
hear some
for you, man.
tears, folks. Be right back.
Hi, it's John Curley. Longevity Medical Clinic has been helping people live longer, healthier lives for more than 25 years. I've recently talked with Dr. Mixon about his approach to proactively focusing on prevention. Dr. Mixon, I first met you in 2009, and I went in there and I told you I wasn't feeling well, couldn't gain any muscle mass, couldn't sleep well, I was stressed out, and you looked at me and you said, yeah, I know what your problem is.
And all we did was we measured your values and we moved your values back to those of a nice, healthy 25-year-old man.
I have taken your blood work to my doctor, and he was shocked. He couldn't believe the depth in which you study my blood.
We need to draw a distinction between living a long time and getting old. And that's what longevity is all about, is we are here to do the measurements and help you fix those problems.
So get your free health analysis. Go to longevitymedicalclinic.com. That's longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living Difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. President Trump spoke to Russian President Vladimir Putin today. Linda Kenyon reports from the White House.
On Truth Social, the president described the call as, quote, a good conversation, but not a conversation that will lead to immediate peace. The call followed last weekend's daring drone attack on Russian air bases. Trump says Putin told him he will respond to that attack very strongly. The president has repeatedly promised to end the war quickly, but both sides remain deadlocked as the fighting continues.
Analyst Beth Noble has a look at some new information about the startling death toll in the war.
A well-respected think tank, the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington, released a new study that puts the total number of dead and wounded in the Russia-Ukraine war at 1.4 million.
A judge has issued orders stopping the deportation of the family of an Egyptian man charged in the Boulder, Colorado firebombing. A Washington state man's been arrested in connection with the bombing of a Palm Springs fertility clinic last month. Authorities say Daniel Park assisted the bomber with chemicals. The FBI's Akil Davis.
We're able to confirm through our investigation that 6 packages of ammonium nitrate were shipped from Park in Seattle to Bartkus in 29 Palms.
President Trump's increased tariffs on steel and metal are raising a lot of concerns because, as Natalie Brand reports, it impacts so many products.
Everything from, building materials to autos to food cans. I spoke to the Can Manufacturers Institute, and they say that the type of metal used for many food cans, most of it, around 75% they estimate, comes from abroad.
Many parts of the Midwest still dealing with poor air quality from the Canadian wildfires, and that smoke is spreading. Meteorologist Craig Allen.
The smoke can easily be seen on satellite, drifting all the way down through the Ohio and Tennessee Valley down into the deep south. There are also patches of smoke moving across New York State and most of New England.
Matt Piper reports on the latest research into a costly weather phenomenon.
A team of scientists is driving into severe storms to study hail. A first-of-its-kind icy twist on tornado chasing. It is rarely deadly, but it does cause $10 billion in damage every year. Their mission is to see how it forms and how much worse it may get, with one study last year showing climate change means small hailstorms will likely become bigger and more common.
On Wall Street, investors were trying to follow the trade tariff news all day. The markets ended mostly flat. The Dow finished off 91. This is CBS News.
A word from Progressive Insurance. Life can be hard, so Progressive can make bundling your home and auto easy. Hope that helps. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Coming up, search teams have a message for the man accused of murdering his daughters. But first, we go to the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk, and just one issue to report at the moment right now. It's on SR 99 southbound, just north of Royal Brougham Way. Disabled vehicle blocking the right lane at this moment and causing a pretty decent backup all the way into the Belltown area at the moment and all the way to Mercer, really. So kind of a bogged up area around South Lake Union into downtown Seattle if you're on 99. Other than that, though, the map is pretty much average. I-5 from Linwood to Seattle taking you under 40 minutes. Still some usual backups right around the U Districts. And Tacoma to Olympia open. So is Bellevue to Renton. Lake bridges are looking good, and so is the drive up into Everett. This report is brought to you by the FRS Clipper. Get away to beautiful Victoria, BC on the FRS Clipper Fast Ferry this summer. Save with overnight and travel packages. Book at frsclipper.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The Chelan County Sheriff has a direct message today for Travis Decker, the 32-year-old man who police say murdered his 3 little girls.
Do the right thing. Take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away. We're not going to rest. And we're going to make sure we find you.
Sheriff Mike Morrison says they're flying helicopters and drones over the dense forest near the crime scene about 18 miles west of Leavenworth. It's where the girls' bodies were found at a campground. Hundreds gathered last night at Memorial Park in Wenatchee to remember them. This woman tells KIRO 7 TV she's a family friend.
They lit up. They were dancers. They were involved in church experience in the summer.
We also now know the sisters attended Lincoln Elementary School. The district says it has grief counselors on hand for both students and staff today. A raid in Lacey this week turns up military weapons, body armor, and Nazi items inside a home. This comes after a violent robbery at Joint Base Lewis McChord over the weekend. 2 people are now in jail. The U.S. Attorney's Office says this is tied to an ongoing federal investigation. Man from Rochester in Thurston County is in jail after shooting a live round during a training exercise. KIRO News Radio Scott Carty with more on that.
Thurston County Sheriff's deputies responded to a man who had been shot during working dog training exercises Tuesday. Upon arrival, fire department personnel pronounced the Lewis County victim in his 20s dead. A group had been conducting exercises while filming training videos. One of the handlers, a Rochester man, had a live round in his weapon. Police arrested him for manslaughter and booked him in the Thurston County Jail. Scott Carty, KIRO News Radio.
Olympia is hitting the brakes on spending. City Manager Jay Burney says he's freezing hiring, travel, and other expenses. This is due to low revenue collected in April, specifically the sales tax. According to the Olympian, that dropped by about $200,000 in April. Weather report now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy and cooler for today, but still a pleasant afternoon with temperatures in the upper 60s. Right now we're at 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you watch us during the commercial break on the live stream, you may have noticed that we're messing with the email a lot. Somebody was complaining that it couldn't read it. And then I tried to figure out just if I get in the perfect spot. Apparently, perfect spot doesn't exist.
That's a pretty good spot you got right now, my friend.
I think people can see it. They can read it. And
sure.
Listen, if you can't read that email, I don't want you listening to the show.
Oh, what I want you to do is go to Sharp Vision Modern Laser Lens. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a paid endorsement for this last 30 seconds, but
You don't
yes.
have to worry about cataracts.
Yeah, right, ever. You'll never need glasses to read the secret email.
If you can find the secret email that we have in front of you right now on the camera, somewhere hidden in frame, that you are going to win this delightful bobblehead that Spike brought to you from his personal collection. Spike personally cradled this every night. This is something you fell asleep with every night?
Just for the first couple of years.
But for a couple of years?
Yeah.
You'd stroke its little head and you'd say, I love you.
And I asked if I was going to be okay, and it would shake its head. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe I will.
Think about a bobblehead. Never gives you a straight answer.
It doesn't. Although it'd be nice if it did. Like a magic 8-ball. They should make that. That's a good idea. All right. I'm going to put that in my good idea calendar. We have a lot to talk about. I'm really excited because a bunch of us together at work, we're going to go to the Mariners game today.
We are.
We're going to go see Mariners play the Baltimore Orioles.
That's right.
You're rooting for who tonight?
I'm rooting for the Mariners.
You're rooting for the Mariners?
I'm not
Good.
going to an Oriole game tonight.
Good.
I'm going to a Mariner game tonight.
Excellent. Excellent. I was talking to a Mariners insider over there on 710. Not Mike Lefkoe, somebody else. Mariners insider.
Okay.
And he was telling me that the key to the Mariners being successful is that Cal Raleigh has to hit a home run. He said when he hits a home run, they tend to win the game. And when he doesn't, they tend to lose. Now, the nice thing is he's tied right now for the most home runs in the league.
Yeah.
With Shohei Ohtani.
Does he got 23? They both have 23? Is that what he's at now?
Last I checked,
I'll
they
check.
were.
I'll double check that number, but I think it's 23.
So Shohei.
Because he didn't homer last night, and they lost last night 5-1.
There you go.
Boom.
There you go. But, so I'm really excited tonight because it's not just a fun baseball game with people from work here. You're going to be there. Laura, you're going to be there.
Yeah, Laura's going to be there. Aaron Granillo's coming, too.
Aaron Granillo's
Just
coming,
found
too.
out, yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm bringing one of my sons has never been to a Mariners game before, and so I'm bringing him tonight, and we're going to have that experience. Now, I'm building it up in my head because I remember what that experience was like when I was a kid, and I got to go into the Kingdome for the first time and watch the Mariners, and watch Ken Griffey Jr. play.
Okay, wow.
That was... You're breathing rare air.
You never forget the first ball game.
You never forget it. You never forget
with the old
walking into
man.
that stadium for the first time with your pops.
Mm-hmm.
You had these memories when you were a kid.
Absolutely.
I have these memories. Laura, I'm sure you have these memories as well.
Yeah, I was like 6-7 years old with my bundled up in my fleece, sitting in the nosebleeds with my parents.
Yeah.
Those are core memories.
Just fantastic. And so I'm so excited. And it reminded me of this scene just to kick us off here in this conversation.
Okay.
Feel the Dreams. End of the movie. Yeah. As I was getting this audio for this segment, I literally am sitting at my desk, and I don't know if I have other stuff going on or if it's just a great movie, but I started crying. Listen to this. Unbelievable. This is the dad you want to have a catch scene.
Good night, Ray. Good night, John. Hey, Dad? You want to have a catch? I'd like that.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
I'm glad you didn't, that's beautiful. I'm glad you didn't
And then
pick
they
this.
start having a catch.
Have a catch? Right there in the Iowa cornfield. The baseball field, excuse me. I'm glad you didn't pick Parenthood. Remember that one?
No.
Where Jason Robards brings a young Steve Martin into the field, sets him down, has the usher watch him.
Oh, really?
Takes off. Yes.
Oh, he just leaves?
He leaves.
That's not good.
Yeah. You're an amalgam of ushers that my father left me with during my years in baseball.
If I recall, that was kind of a dark movie.
Some
darker moments
some
in that
beautiful,
movie.
beautiful moments, beautiful hidden messages in that movie. But what a great memory.
So I'm so excited. I'm taking suggestions from folks who, I got to race home, pick up my son from school, and then I'm gonna come back down. And it's fun too because I have 4 sons. 3 of them are old enough that they could go with us tonight, but I'm just taking one. We like to have these one-on-one experiences because, that's an amazing thing. He's going to remember this. I hope he's going to remember this for the rest of his life. I remember going to the game for the first time. When you're a kid and you're that age, I'm going to play some music under this, and we can turn this down, but this is just good music. This is Field of Dreams by James Horner. Do you remember, and everyone listening probably does, what it felt like? First, all the nerves. You're down in like the big city. I grew up in the country. I was a country boy, so to go down to the big city was just a big deal. And you're walking up. You can't believe the size of the Kingdom. I could not believe how big it was. And then you go inside and you can hear the announcer, Tom. You can hear Tom on the, what's Tom's last name again? Tom, yeah.
You bet.
Announcing all the pregame stuff. Everyone's like taking their seats, just the buzz and the excitement in the air. And then you walk out and you see the field for the first time. I remember in my head, and I don't know if I'm just making it up from all the thousands of games that I would have gone to.
It's an amalgam. That's from Parenthood.
It is. It's an amalgam. But I feel like I do remember that moment where you first go out there and you look upon the field for the first time. You can't believe how big it is.
It's incredible.
I couldn't believe.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
It absolutely is.
And when you're that little, everything big is overwhelming. But you're in another universe. And you're out there and you're watching those players, and they're in their crisp Mariner whites, and they're playing catch across the field. I remember watching Griffey because he was my absolute favorite, as he was every kid who grew up here.
Sure.
I remember watching him. They do the warm-up before each inning.
Yeah, tossing the ball back.
Tossing the ball back and forth with Buhner. I couldn't believe how far apart they were. I'm like, how are they doing that?
The rocket they have for arms.
And it snapped.
Right?
Every time the ball hit the glove, it snaps. And I'm like, how are they throwing it with that speed?
And you're taking your middle kid?
I'm taking my 8-year-old.
Your 8-year-old.
This is his first Mariners game.
He's playing ball though, right?
He's playing ball right now.
So he's got it when he looks at these big leaguers.
Oh my gosh.
Big leaguers.
It was so sweet. Last night he had a playoff game, and they're in the playoffs right now, and they won again last night. So we have another game Thursday, and if they win, we play Friday, and if they win, they play the championship on Monday. But one of the coaches comes up to me after the game, and he goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know that he told me he wants to play." He said, "My son." He goes, "Your son said he wants to play baseball for the rest of his life." And he said, and I was like, and he's 8 years old. He just turned 8 years old. And he had gotten a hit that game. He's been like in a slump lately, just like trying to get a hit. And he got a hit that game. I almost teared up when he said that to me.
Sure.
I was just like, he's discovered something.
You're tearing up now.
That he's going to love, for the rest of his life.
That's beautiful.
And that's what baseball is. And that's what's so fun about it.
And you said folks can send in suggestions to help
what should
you.
stuff we should do, down there? What was your, tell me about your baseball experience.
Okay, I grew up in Baltimore. First off, outdoor park. I know no disrespect intended to the citizens of and fans of Mariner baseball.
Yeah.
But for your first major league game to be in a concrete bunker, that was the Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's it's a lesser experience than the great outdoors.
There's a reason the new stadium
is
has an
open air.
Yeah.
Green grass, blue sky. It's going to be a gorgeous night at the ballpark tonight, right?
Perfect.
My first experience was it was Old Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, the old man, my brother and I. And you walk through that like you said, you walk through the portal, up the gangway or whatever, the walkway from the behind the.
Right. It's like a tunnel, but it might as well be a portal to another universe.
To another world, man. You walk out there and the field opens up in front of you with the green grass and the blue sky and the smell of the grass, and you got a box of popcorn in your hand.
You got your
got your glove on, got your mitt on, because a foul ball's coming your way. You know it is. You just know it is. And we were about the same age, about 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in that range. And you never forget that moment when Major League Baseball hits you as a kid with your old man. So can I make one suggestion to you?
Please, yeah, I want to hear it.
I know we're all going to meet tonight. The the crew here get to spend some time with coworkers, and a lot of folks bringing their kids tonight. And again, please, I'm not trying to insult management here. We have a suite. Buy a couple of bleacher seats for you and your boy.
Oh, just go sit up in the.
Just go walk out. Don't take your kid up the elevator on the carpeted, the walls.
You don't even have to buy them. You just go up and find two empty seats.
Well, yeah, there you go. But go out there and watch the game start. Watch the guys run onto the field from around the masses.
Yeah.
With the fans.
With
from
the standing
that
crowd cheering.
Right, from the bleacher seats.
Oh, man.
And then bring them upstairs for the free eats.
Sure.
I'm not being stupid here.
Yeah.
Go say hi to the boss, thank the boss,
That's great
meet the
advice.
coworkers. Sit in the cheap seats with your son for the first.
That's great advice.
Yeah, do that.
What do you think, Laura?
Well, Dippin' Dots is on the 300 level. So
sweet.
that does require a visit.
Yep.
I grew
Food
up,
is one of the biggest experiences as a kid, especially.
Yeah.
Ballpark food.
Oh, for sure.
my gosh. I grew up in the nosebleeds, not in company suites. But one time my mom she worked at Boeing when I was little. And we went to Lumen for a Seahawks game. And we were in
fun.
the company suites. I was probably like 8 or 9. I felt like the fanciest person in the entire world. I was just swanning about. It's all, carpeted.
Yeah.
You have to get your little ticket checked 4
Oh,
or
yeah.
5 times.
Not everybody.
You felt
Get
you're
up
like on
there.
Beyonce.
Right.
Oh my God,
basically.
yeah. I was like, are we famous? Are we rich? This is
No.
amazing.
Your kids should get to experience that too.
No, it's
You should.
And you get there that there's just free food and you're like, what? I can just eat I can take whatever I want.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool both ways.
I just remember one of the fun things is I've had the experience as a you had the experience as a kid, and now being there and watching it as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a kid, crowds make you nervous.
Yeah,
you're kind of scared and all that stuff. But you're sidled there up next to your dad, and you feel safe and protected, and it's just going to be an amazing experience.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm already having a better experience than he could possibly have, just dreaming about it.
Now he'll remember this for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He'll remember tonight for the rest of his life.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait. It's
So
going to be
leave
fun.
early.
Oh yeah, I'm going to leave early. Well, I went to a game last week and I stupidly left late. My wife and I went down to see when they were playing against the Nationals, and we didn't get there till the 4th inning.
Right. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, we're going to get there early.
Because he can see the stress on dad.
Yeah, I don't want to hear.
Right,
I don't want to hear me getting upset. I got to make it nice for him. Anyway, that's going to be fun tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Can we get to some other stuff here real fast? Do you guys want to see one of the funniest videos ever? You want to see? We were talking about Danny DeVito yesterday.
Oh,
Remember
yes, we
were
were
talking about him.
The little. What
we were talking about
a short round ball of
Charming.
Charming. That's right. Short round ball of Charming. We call it.
Tinder has announced that they're going to add a feature where you can actually set your requirements on height. So a girl might say, "Hey, I'm not willing to date anyone who's under 5'5" or whatever."
Right.
So Danny DeVito, he wouldn't make the cut. So then I don't know if my phone was listening to me or whatever, probably was, but it heard me, and I saw this video on X, and this is Danny DeVito talking about how much he's a fan of Catwoman. Like, he really liked Catwoman. Do you remember when he was Penguin on the Batman set?
Yes.
That was the same movie, the Catwoman. Michelle
Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Yeah.
Well, who didn't like that?
Can't blame him.
Sure.
Yeah, can't blame him. Do we have this video, Laura? Can we play the second of this? All right, this is Danny DeVito, a little ball of charm. He really is. And he's talking about Catwoman. Let's see what he thinks about
Zoe
it.
Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
But I did a couple of scenes with Zoe. Yeah, she was wonderful. Only briefly. I was the proprietor of a nightclub, and she was one of the ladies that worked the floor.
Okay, so Oz.
She was amazing in the film, I thought, Zoe. She was beautiful.
Oz
beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Really great.
Inhabited.
Zoe.
Obviously, she's...
Yeah, see, Oswald, I had Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm not comparing anything. I'm just saying...
You worked very clear in cahoots.
She was a goddess.
You were in cahoots with her.
Oh, and my God,
Zoe's
if I knew
goddess
she was
too.
if I knew she was going to be in the show that day, in that scene.
Would you brush your
I
teeth
just
that morning?
Oh my God, I got all flustered.
Did you have an extra shower?
I mean, when I put extra makeup on, give me another pound of makeup. Stick to God Almighty, it was very difficult to keep my.
How was it to work with her?
She's great. She was great.
She was
And
fantastic in that. But you were both fantastic in it.
Just so wonderful, and I lost
You were very dangerous.
I loved her.
We're moving on from your lust. I'm not getting into your...
I loved her.
Colin Farrell. Is that Colin Farrell?
That's Colin Farrell.
All right, so just tell me.
Okay, so
let's move on.
That was the
Tiny Charming Man.
Oh my gosh.
She was good in that movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer gets, I don't think she gets the proper due.
For her Catwoman performance?
As an actress in general. I think her looks.
She's great.
She's one, I think so.
You think her looks have harmed her? She's too attractive?
I think, yeah. I think that people just look
often
at her.
say that about you.
Well, I don't give them anything to disprove that.
Yeah.
If I'd rise above my looks, maybe they'd have something to talk about. Michelle Pfeiffer has.
She's risen above.
She's gone beyond. She's punched through the beauty.
Yeah.
To be a true actress.
She's a good actress.
Great actress.
She was in Scarface.
Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant in Scarface.
Remember the Fabulous Baker Boys?
I don't know if I ever saw Fabulous Baker Boys, but I did see What Lies Beneath, which she was also very good
Wonderful.
in. Very creepy. Also crazy to imagine somebody cheating on her because she's a good-looking older lady.
Well, you can't. You never don't blame the victim of a cheating relationship. You blame the
No, I'm
Cali
blaming
guy.
the cheater. I'm
Yeah,
blaming Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford in that movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it doesn't sound like Danny DeVito would because he sounds like he was
Sounds like he'd kill for her and help hide the body. So
quite smitten with her.
Quite to this day.
And he is that tiny charming man.
Tiny charming, little ball charm.
But I don't think it made
I forgot how creepy he looked as the Penguin. I mean, they really, oof.
Yeah. And the reason he's talking with Colin Farrell on that is because Colin Farrell is the new Penguin. He's got that HBO series, The Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he's almost unrecognizable in that. Speaking of great makeup work, Colin Farrell was almost unrecognizable in his role as Oswald Copperpot.
Those are two very different actors to play that role.
Yeah, right?
Like one is like a suave, good-looking guy that they make unattractive, and the other one is like a tiny guy who's unattractive.
They went to a shoot. They told him just send him out like he is. Nah, let's give him a funny nose. Some people
do you
know
want to put makeup on him?
Sure, why not?
Whatever.
His hands are perfect like they are.
He already
almost
looks like a
flippers,
penguin.
Right? I'm sorry, Danny.
He's like one of the richest guys in Hollywood, though. Did you know that about him?
I did know that. Because he produces, he directs,
Well, he bets on himself for such a
he takes percentages of the gates. There you go.
He bets on himself, and he famously did so with Twins. Do you know that story about Twins? I'm sure you already do.
No,
you must. He wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger. They wanted to make the movie. I think Ivan Reitman directed that. Could be wrong about that, but they had the idea for Twins. Two guys who are the result of
same egg, basically, right?
An experiment to make the perfect person.
Right.
One of them pops out, who's Arnold, who is that result of that
right.
test.
Adonis, perfect.
And the other one is like the leftover.
Scraps.
So that's Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Great premise, very funny. They're making another one right now, by the way.
Really?
Guess who the third brother is?
Oh, wait a minute.
You know this?
No, I don't. No.
Eddie Murphy. I'm not kidding.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's great. It's gonna be great.
Wow.
But anyway, the studio didn't want Arnold because he's like, well, he's not funny. He can't act because he's not funny. And they were all like, no, he is funny. He can do it. We can make him funny.
Yeah.
And he is naturally funny. And so they said, well, what if we put him in the movie and we don't? None of us will take paychecks, and we'll just take back end.
We'll bet on ourselves.
There you
go. That's brilliant.
And so they did, and the movies just smash hit. And it's like the highest paid any actor has ever been paid for a movie.
No kidding.
Because of that bet they made. They could have made nothing, but they ended up making like...
Right, because you never know. You never know how editing is going to affect a film, the time of its release, the competition at the box office.
Yeah.
So many things go into factor what makes a successful movie. You got to really have belief in yourself.
It's a good movie, too.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
It is. Stands up.
Stands up. All right. Thank you so much for your text message. We're getting a lot of suggestions on fun stuff to do when I take my boy to the game tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be a dusty ball game for old Pops, I think. Mm-hmm. All right. We got a lot more coming up. We got your text messages. We got lots of fun stuff. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
You listen to John Curley every afternoon. What does John listen to every morning?
Here's how I start my morning. Get my pot of coffee going, and then I turn on Seattle's Morning News. I listen to Charlie and Amanda. This is how I prep for my show, because I know those guys have, hundreds of years of experience, although Amanda looks better than Charlie. I'm going to get the straight news.
Experience matters. Seattle's Morning News. Weekday mornings 6 to 9 on KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM, and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hey, I want to tell you a sellwithwest.com success story. Wes Jones knows how important your home sale can be for your future plans. So when he got a call from Susan in Federal Way, he was eager to step up and help her sell her home of 25 years.
Her house was her biggest asset, and this home sale was super meaningful for her. So she's like, I know that I'm leaving money on the table in the condition that it's in. Like, what can we do?
I told him up front that I did not have the time or finances to do what needed to be done. And he immediately jumped in with, well, I do.
He told her about their Listing Boost concierge service.
We identified probably 4 or 5 major things.
It just was all so fast. They did everything.
I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out.
And I would just tell anybody, here's his phone number, give him a call. He'll take care of it.
So if you're in the market to sell your home, do what Susan did. Check out Wes Jones and his team at sellwithwes.com. Sell with Wes, a better way to sell your home.
It's a brave face we put on. We never want to be any trouble. But you know, getting older isn't all smiles and birthday parties. Sometimes it's facing the fact that we are aging. And you know what? That can be pretty hard. If you need a little support or just want to talk to someone, 988 is here for you. It's free and it's confidential. Call 988 anywhere, anytime. A message from the Washington State Department of Health.
Safety comes first. When money is tight, don't neglect maintenance on your vehicle. Keep it safe. At Bucky's Complete Auto, we have you covered with available financing. For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto has been servicing and repairing cars and trucks with modern-day technology and good old-fashioned customer service. There's a Bucky's just about everywhere for oil changes, wiper blades, brakes, tire rotation, tune-ups, and factory maintenance. No appointment necessary and financing's available. Check Bucky's.com for the location near you.
Have you heard the saying, chuck in a truck? The guy running a roofing company out of his messy pickup? Well, here's the scary part. Washington doesn't require a test or experience to be a licensed roofer, and they definitely don't require a brick and mortar location. Chuck could be working out of his apartment with 0 employees, hiring random guys off the street. Yikes. And the SBA says 90% of roofers are out of business within 5 years. Jim here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we do things right. We have a real location on Central Avenue in Kent and a team of 50 full-time roofing pros who actually know what they're doing. We're not some fly-by-night outfit. We've put down roots, or in our case, a cement foundation, so you'll always know where to find us. No disappearing acts, no cut corners, just top-quality work from people you can trust. That's RoofSmart. Come see for yourself, or call us at 206-487-4877, or visit us online at GetRoofSmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or GetRoofSmart.com.
If you want that summer body you've always dreamed of, then this message is for you, ladies, and you men too. Get rid of extra stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin around the waistline, chin, and under the upper arms with ProSculpt, the new one-day instant permanent fat removal and skin tightening treatment. Maybe you've tried the lasers, fat freezing methods, even those new pills, but without the desired results. ProSculpt is different. It's minimally invasive, performed while fully awake, gentle, yet powerful. Designed to target the waistline, chin, neck, arms, and thighs, ProSculpt uses FDA-cleared plasma technology to deliver immediate, permanent fat-reducing and skin-tightening results, all in just one visit. If you want that summer body this summer, then you must act now. Go to ProSculpt.com today to schedule your free consultation. Get $250 off. For instant, permanent fat reduction and skin tightening, visit ProSculpt.com.
The 20% small business tax deduction has helped small businesses grow, hire, and invest. But unless Congress acts, the deduction will end this year, and Washington's small businesses will be hit with a massive tax hike. Representative Dan Newhouse just voted to protect over 33 million small businesses from this massive tax hike. Visit smallbusinessdeduction.com and thank him for supporting Washington's small businesses. Paid for by the National Federation of Independent Business.
Eric Johnson here. I covered a lot of accidents over the past 30 years or so, but I never got to say much about what to do after a crash. Be honest, do you know what evidence to collect, what pictures to take, what documents to request, or what you shouldn't say to your insurance company? The Washington Accident Book Series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the roads throw at them. Know your rights and how to avoid common mistakes after an accident by getting your free copy at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Over 400 tariff-free new Kias are available now at Kia of Everett with easy lease and financing options. Experience simple, easy, fun at Kia of Everett today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. That massive manhunt continues in the mountains near Wenatchee, where police are still looking for the father suspected of murdering his 3 daughters. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison says they will not sleep until Travis Decker is found dead or alive.
And we understand that he could be anywhere, and we're taking that into consideration. Thanks to the U.S. Marshal's Office that have come in and brought additional resources. Again, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Homeland Security Investigations. We are searching anywhere and everywhere for him.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports there are big questions today about why the State Patrol did not issue an Amber Alert for the Decker sisters.
Wenatchee Police Captain Brian Chance says they requested WSP issue an Amber Alert early in their search on Friday. However, that request was denied because WSP said the case didn't initially meet the imminent danger criteria. Chance says when they made a second request,
still the information provided did not meet the threshold for the Amber Alert to be activated.
WSP did issue an endangered missing persons alert, but canceled it when deputies discovered the bodies. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A Kent man is accused of providing chemicals to make explosives that were used to bomb a fertility clinic in California last month. Bill Asaley is U.S. Attorney for the Central District for California.
The bomb injured numerous victims, destroyed the clinic's building, and damaged surrounding buildings and areas, causing a debris field of approximately 250 yards in size.
Federal authorities arrested 32-year-old Daniel Park last night. They say he shipped 180 pounds of ammonium nitrate to Guy Bartkus, who bombed that clinic and was killed in the blast. Washington's Attorney General was back in a Seattle courtroom today arguing for birthright citizenship. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch was there.
A 3-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments about birthright citizenship and a nationwide preliminary injunction issued here in Seattle back in February. At issue, whether to make that injunction permanent or overturn the lower court ruling. Washington AG Nick Brown on what's at stake.
We're talking about overturning the fundamental understanding of what it means to be an American in this country and what it has meant since the 14th Amendment.
The DOJ argued the 14th Amendment was meant for freed slaves and not for those who don't have their primary residence in the U.S. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Takes us to 2:33. We turn now to the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk. This support is brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. No major blocking on the freeways right now, but are seeing some pretty decent backups in the usual trouble spots. I-5 right now, Linwood to Seattle. That is approaching 45 minutes. Very heavy once you reach about the 522 interchange. Then thick across the Ship Canal Bridge into downtown. Clears up once you reach Boeing Field, though. Looking at about a 45-minute drive from Tacoma to Olympia, 55 minutes from Renton to Puyallup, and about a 35-minute drive from Bellevue to Renton, heavy out of downtown. And reports of a disabled vehicle blocking 104 westbound just east of Meridian Avenue. That's near Shrine Golf Course in Mount Lake Terrace. Through June, save $750 per window and $1,500 per door with Leak Armor installation only from Lake Washington Windows. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com. That's a name you can trust. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We are a bit more cloudy today, but mostly dry and slightly cooler than we've been this week. Temperatures today topping out in the upper 60s. We're back into the 70s for tomorrow. Right now, 66 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Tons of text messages to get to. Let's just fire right away. Laura, what do we got?
On the City Council soap opera in King County.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
By the way,
City Council soap opera.
Hold on. It's County Council.
County Council.
It's County Council. It's not. That was my bad. I called the City Council earlier today, and I apologize. I was corrected.
King County Council.
King County Council.
But still, Council of Love still works.
Council of Love still works, baby.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Tom Water Bully says, the power of love is a curious thing. Makes one man weep and another one sing.
Nice.
Turns the hawk and the little white dove.
I love that.
More than a feeling. That's the power of love. Well, and Cole Young calling his family when he's called up to the M's, Barbara said, did you see the video of Cole and his mom reading her letter to him? Oh, I didn't see that. I'll look for that.
Oh, my
And it said,
gosh.
by the way, Jake, so excited for you to take mini Jake to his first game. Take photos.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Take
yeah.
photos.
I love Barbara called your son Mini Jake number 1.
Mini Jake number 1.
Nice.
Yes. Well, he's actually Mini Jake number 2.
Deuce. He's the Deuce, right? Yeah.
The Deuce. The Deuce. On alcohol security system, Tracy Burian says Laura needs to get the drop of Gladys saying, I love Jesus, but I drink a little from the Ellen show. Oh, that's funny.
Steve in Seattle says Safeway's alcohol purchase setup is ridiculous. Go to Total Wine and More next time.
I got a
Fondle
lot of
the
Total
bottles.
Wine and More texts.
Yep. Couldn't agree more, man. Tracy and Burian says, my Safeway now has locks on the nicer pints of ice cream.
What?
You have to press the button for them. You have to
For
get
ice
service.
cream?
Yes.
That's beyond.
Yeah. Seriously.
Next thing you know, I'm going to have to ask for somebody to get my cigarettes. No,
You
just
already
kidding.
do. You already do.
That's a joke. I don't
I know.
smoke.
The world
I know.
is changing.
I don't smoke. 206 Trader Joe's still trusts us. You can handle the bottles all you want. Thank you, 206.
Thank you, Trader Joe's. And Fernando in Seattle, you're wrong, by the way. It says Costco doesn't have a booze cage all out in the open. Costco does have a VIP booze cage.
What?
Well,
Costco,
okay.
I mean, you can
that's
there's
fair.
pallets of liquor.
There's a lot of good liquor.
Right, grope at will.
I normally get my stuff from Costco.
The big bottles.
The big bottles.
Yeah, when you get
it's a
liquor,
good deal.
liquor in a 55-gallon drum with a pump
Absolutely.
on top.
Yeah.
But when you buy the specialty bottles at Costco, those are under lock and key.
Those are beautiful. I tried to get my wife to buy one the other day. It looked like a dragon. There's like a whiskey that Costco sells.
Yeah.
And it's in a bottle shaped like a Chinese dragon.
Yeah, beautiful. And also, Total Wine & More also has a VIP liquor section that they do keep under lock and key.
Okay.
Some of these bottles are hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but for the common drinking man,
yeah.
Let me touch the bottle.
You betcha.
Well, Pete in the 425 says when they first started locking the alcohol at Safeway, I asked the person who happened to be the manager helping me why, and they said they were losing about $800 a day in alcohol due to the theft. This was the Kenmore Safeway, and yes, lately the Clearview Safeway, they walk the alcohol up to the front.
I don't like it. They got to get on that problem. All right, let's see.
Tito says they're selling it the safe way. That was just too clever to pass up,
You're
right?
This is a picture one, Laura. You included a picture one here. 206 says,
This is the first picture I've ever
can we
included.
post this?
Yeah, I'll post it.
Can we put this up on YouTube?
Oh my god.
Is that a thing? Or we're just
let me see if I can do
posting
that.
it? 206 says, after getting out from behind the locked cabinet, I had to carry this $2.48 purchase to a cashier in a vault. I laughed all the way to the checkout. Plus, it took like 10 minutes. So somebody actually had to carry this? What is this?
You never seen a lockbox like this?
No.
Certain products in various stores are kept in these very large. It's a plastic container that takes a key to open.
How could you shop for anything else when you're carrying the giant thing up there? You literally, is this a giant thing?
No, it's about a foot tall. It's about 3 inches wide. It's about 8 inches across. I venture to guess from this
So
photograph.
this is a clear lockbox of Vaseline?
Yeah, that Vaseline is now becoming such a hot
embarrassing.
stolen commodity that they lock it up like this. And they make you carry the theft-proof case up to the counter
That's
to be
embarrassing.
opened and then placed. I wonder if you're allowed to touch the Vaseline before you buy it, like with liquor.
No. I doubt it.
I hope not, anyway.
That would be gross. On the World Cup upgrades, let's see. David in 206 says FIFA also requires adding backrest into a bunch of seats as well. That we get to keep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's right. It is funny. In professional soccer, they sit in like racing seats. Have you seen this? When on the sidelines, they just sit in like these giant.
Oh yeah, yes.
It's a bizarre thing. I don't know where that started. I don't know what the point is. Is it better for their backs? I have no idea.
I guess it's to keep them in perfect performing order.
I guess
the stress of sitting on a bench for an hour and a half. Yeah, I guess.
It makes no sense.
It applies heat to various muscle groups in your back and massage and whatnot.
I guess. Laura, go for it.
John in Shoreland says FIFA is like your friend with a ton of food allergies.
And Alan Lacey says, I'm not excited about the Club World Cup because freaking tickets are start at $350 a piece in the nosebleed section, $1,500 closer to the field. Who can afford that? And it's club, so it's not the national teams from each country.
Yep. All right. On the Knuckle Sandwich hidden email on our live stream, Tin Hat Jason says, too bad Spike's family wasn't incestual enough for him to have an extra finger.
Yeah, we ran out of letters there. Sorry for you folks playing along at home. The E is, I got a floating E in my family.
I'm not a design maverick, okay?
That's all right now.
I can only do so much.
You still have it. You still have like 10 minutes to email us, and if you get on the email, you're gonna one of you randomly. We're gonna select and give away this bobblehead.
Okay. Oh, John says that you and I need to get those tattoos.
That's a hint in case you haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I hear what you're saying.
Great.
Also, tattoo update. I am still working on getting a tattoo live on the air.
I was going to ask, because that was going to be a Mother's Day gift,
My brother's
right?
going to come in. I'm going to do it as a Mother's Day gift to my wife.
Okay.
He has to apply. There's like an off-site tattoo thing. He has to apply through the
Board of Health
Department.
It's the Board of Health, yeah, because tattooing is very closely governed by the Board of Health.
Yes,
as
so
it
he has
should
to
be.
apply for like a vendor's permit to do it off-site for the day. So he's applied. So that's in the process. But
Like a day license.
A day license, yeah.
Like when you got to move a car, you get a transfer a day license to put your car, move a car in. He's got to get one to operate a tattoo gun
outside of his shop.
Outside of his license,
Yeah.
and that's good to know.
Yeah.
He's above board.
We'll get that done just as soon as we can.
On-
Get some of these first game things
Yeah, here we
in
go.
here.
Laura?
These were so cute. Edgar in the 206 says, when you're taking your son tonight for the first time, try taking him up the steps right in front of home plate. I'd never been to a major league game until about 10 years ago. My friend knew enough to take me up those steps, so I got to enjoy the whole outfield and infield as I came up into the stadium. It was
That's
really
a great
cool.
idea.
That's great. That is
You're right.
great.
Walk around to the very front of the stadium. Yeah, that's a
I'm
great
up by
idea.
home plate there. Craig and Puyallup says Jake's going to cry during the 7th inning stretch.
I bet you I will. 253 says, my son was an all-star Little League. I took him to Mariners games, and he would study every hitter's stance and then try to copy the big hitters. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Love it.
253 says, Jake, take your son to the area that overlooks the bullpen. I remember loving this as a kid. Either when the starter's warming up before the game or later in the game when the relievers start getting ready. Let him see how hard these guys throw the ball, how loud it is when the ball hits the catcher's glove. Pretty amazing for a young ball player to
That's
experience.
another great idea.
Great tip.
Dan in Federal Way says, pro tip, sign up for the Mariners Kids Club online before going to the game. The kids get a free lanyard with a badge, a Mariners bucket hat, and some other stuff for free. That's nice.
That's great. Love it.
Kids Club.
Finally, 425 says, first level on the railing. Wander about, do the sweet thing for a little bit, but the whole game, no way. That's like your advice, Spike. Go out in the stands. That's for the fancy people. Get out there amongst the people. You're right. You want to see the game as God intended.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people.
But then show him what kind of pull the old man's got.
That's
Laura's
true.
not wrong about that either, man. That's a special
You want to get down
feeling.
on the field, kid? I can make it happen.
There you
He's
go.
going to think you're the coolest.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. We're going to announce our winner when we come back. So thank you for emailing in. You still got time for the next couple minutes, and we'll talk to you in a couple. We'll be right back.
You listen to Seattle's morning news every morning. What do Charlie and Manda listen to every afternoon?
I absolutely love listening to John Curley because he makes you think, which I love.
John has a real special talent in being able to talk about the topics we care about, but he's always trying to make it fun. And you're going, oh, this guy actually gets it.
The John Curley Show, weekdays 3 to 7. Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube or the KIRO Newsradio App.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here, everybody, for Integrity Roofing and Construction. Homeowners, protect your biggest investment now with Integrity Roofing and Construction. Go ahead and beat the summer rush. Integrity is your family-owned, award-winning roofing and construction company. Is ready to give your home the protection it deserves. Integrity offers a complete in-house construction and design division for all your projects. Integrity is known for top-notch service, of course, and on-site project management for every job makes the process incredibly easy. Beat the summer rush. Call Integrity today at 206-202-ROOF or online. Get a free estimate at integrityrc.com.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Linwood, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Was drafted in 1999 by the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was just absolutely a dream come true.
Todd's playing in the NBA is unique. His battle with neuropathy is not.
I first started noticing problems a couple years into my NBA NBA career, and I felt like my sock was just balled up right in the arch of my foot, and there'd be areas of burning and tingling, and then there'd be other areas of deadness where there would be no response to touch. We tried everything possible, from surgery to different drugs, to try and take care of some of the symptoms.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, non-drug, pain-free procedures that have helped thousands of neuropathy sufferers find relief.
Now I'm able to spend more time doing the things that I enjoy, being on my feet.
If you experience numbness, shooting, or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Hi, Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. You may have known us for our unique cabinet refacing projects, but I'd like to introduce our full bathroom remodeling service. New tub, shower, floors, counters, and of course cabinetry. Same commitment to quality and value, same full service, just another way to serve the folks of Puget Sound. Call today for a free in-home consultation. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
If you want a dream bathroom without a humongous price tag, now's the time to call Bathfitter Northwest. Ursula Roytine here. I picked Bathfitter because they are the original one-day bath remodeler. They're a local family-owned business that's been around for 40 years. They own every step in the process to make sure you get the best quality product and the best value. Now get 0% interest for 24 months. Call the people I trust to do the job right, Bathfitter, or visit bathfitternw.com.
If you want that summer body you've always dreamed of, then this message is for you, ladies, and you men too. Get rid of extra stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin around the waistline, chin, and under the upper arms with ProSculpt, the new one-day instant permanent fat removal and skin tightening treatment. Maybe you've tried the lasers, fat freezing methods, even those new pills, but without the desired results. ProSculpt is different. It's minimally invasive, performed while fully awake, gentle, yet powerful. Designed to target the waistline, chin, neck, arms, and thighs, ProSculpt uses FDA-cleared plasma technology to deliver immediate, permanent fat-reducing and skin-tightening results, all in just one visit. If you want that summer body this summer, then you must act now. Go to ProSculpt.com today to schedule your free consultation. Get $250 off. For instant, permanent fat reduction and skin tightening, visit ProSculpt.com.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Guys, it's Men's Health Month at Revive Seattle. Get a free comprehensive wellness panel. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, heart health, and more. Valued at $400. Offer ends June 30th. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
For more than 65 years, our service technicians at Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning have been proud to offer the home comfort solutions that your family needs. This summer, trust the team at Bob's to equip you with peace of mind, providing efficient service and expert knowledge to keep you safe and comfortable in your home. While temperatures may be on the rise, our service solutions remain steady and affordable. Plus, we'll provide you with a new filter replacement at each AC maintenance. Call Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Your family's comfort is our family's business.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you guys so much. We had a contest going today, trying to entice you guys to enjoy the show live on the YouTube page. So for all of our viewers, we put up a secret email. It's very, very obvious. And a bunch of you, thank you. So many of you emailed. I wish I had prizes for every single one of you, but I have been reading your emails all day, and I'm excited to say that we're going to be giving this great vintage bobblehead away from Spike's personal collection. It's got his musk on it. For Scott H. We're going to give this away to Scott H.
Well done.
Thank you, Scott. And to everybody who emailed, not only did you guys include what we asked you for, which was to tell us what our names were printed on, so you all got that correct, but they said the nicest things. It's very humbling to read people's emails. They're very, very nice, and we really appreciate it. We're going to keep giving away cool stuff, and it's just a really fun way for us to personalize it and actually be connected to you, not just through the radio, but through this fun internet email as well. So thank you for that. Can we cover this story real fast? We only have a few minutes left together, but this is a great story. In New York, there were some people who were hiking, and apparently they found some stuff. This is in Essex County, the town of North Elba, and the Rangers there, the New York Rangers, not the hockey team, but the New York Rangers, get a call.
I was curious why that's what they called the hockey team.
Why they call the hockey team? It makes no sense.
Stupid.
Although it would be believable given the context of the story that they might call the hockey team. So they get a 911 call from a couple of people who were hiking and had apparently stumbled upon some hallucinogenic mushrooms and had taken those mushrooms, I guess. Maybe that's why they were hiking. I don't know.
Ooh.
But they called 911 because their friend, this is horrible. While they were hiking, their friend died. Which is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But listen to this. This is the report from the Essex County Ranger Station. They say on May 24th at 9 a.m., Forest Ranger Pergico responded to a call from about a reportedly deceased hiker on Cascade Mountain. 2 hikers had called 911 to report the third member of their hiking party had died. That's crazy. When the hikers encountered the Cascade Summit steward, the pair also advised that they were lost. Horrible. Sounds like a horrible day. The steward determined that the hikers were in an altered mental state.
Uh-oh.
From the mushrooms. The third member of their party called and was not injured. So they were just apparently
whacked.
They were just high.
They were high.
So their third guy was fine. He was totally fine, which is a good ending to that story. The ranger escorted the 2 hikers who had ingested hallucinogenic mushrooms to a waiting ambulance, and New York State Police Unit escorted the third hiker back to their campsite, and everybody was fine. And apparently they were just very, very high from the mushrooms.
We call that a bad trip.
Just a bad trip.
Yeah, in every sense of the word.
But yeah, no kidding. And then they ended up in jail.
You made an assumption. I hope you're right that they found these things. I think that might not be the case.
Oh, you think they went up and...
I think they brought these with them.
Oh.
I think they brought these with them because, I mean, you never eat mushrooms on the trail.
Unless you got like a pig with you to find these things.
Well, or because you don't know what's poisonous, what's not poisonous. Unless you're that much of a connoisseur of mushrooming.
Sure.
That you know safe from dangerous and hallucinogenic from whatnot. Maybe they did find them and say, look what we found here in the woods, and it was very innocent. We know what these are. We know what they do. Let's enjoy nature to the fullest. Let's escape the earthly bonds and just, touch the face of God, as they say.
What do you think, Laura?
I think they were just holding them for a friend and then probably ran out of food, didn't really understand what they were.
Yeah.
Total innocence.
I think they're totally innocent.
Yeah.
You might be right.
And weren't ready for what the experience that they...
Your skin.
Clearly.
Your skin is the largest organ on your body.
Yeah.
And so they could have
I've heard that commercial too.
Just touching the mushrooms. They might have ingested some of the properties.
Kind of like fentanyl on a city bus.
Kind of like fentanyl. Is it fentanyl?
You guys are so generous.
Is it fentanyl or fentanyl? People correct me all the time.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Sounds kind of like Utah accent.
Yeah, fentanyl.
Utah has an accent?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You guys been watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
God, I love you. No, there's not enough mushrooms in the world to make me watch.
Oh, my God.
Secret
That
Lives
show
of
on mushrooms.
I wish...
I would be writing a thesis.
I wish I didn't know what you were talking about.
I'm glad I don't.
But I do know what you're talking about because my wife just introduced me to it the other day. Yes. She goes, she said it was? She said, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is basically like somebody who had been watching Real Housewives of one of the Real Housewives.
Maybe Salt Lake City.
Maybe Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And then also was a big fan of The Hills back in the day. And they said, let's do these 2 things mashed together. Because they're very young.
Oh, my gosh. So young, you can't believe they all have kids.
They all have kids.
But it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Mormons.
Sure. Start families early. You bet.
Yeah. Start them early. Anyway, those people are safe. They're going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, the guy who wasn't dead wasn't even locked up because the 2 that were so high they thought their friend had died.
They have a really funny story.
They got a great story.
And so
a criminal record. What a great day.
Well,
Well, better safe than sorry.
Absolutely true. Better alive than dead. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening today. Thank you for everybody who emailed. We will be doing this more throughout the week. So we hope you have a great rest of the day. Go Mariners. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Cold is leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also